Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Sabrina Seoul, and you guys know what we are here for tonight. Tonight is a new night. We are here. It's Monday night. You guys know. I'm gonna put you on mute, Stacey. So you guys know we usually go live on Tuesdays, but it's a new day. We're changing the panels to Monday nights. We're going to do it probably about 8:30, maybe 8:30, depending on my schedule with Sadora's schedule, because she does have taekwondo. So if she goes to class, then it'll be 8:30. If not, it'll be 8 o'clock. But either way, it's going to be Monday nights, period. Thank you so much for joining. I just want to say shout out to Randall. That's my ring light, but we're just gonna leave it. Shout out to Randall. You guys know that he is Love alum. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to my soulmates. I'll see you in the chat. Shout out to my panelists that are here. Shout out to Miss Katarina from RTL Dallas. Okay. From this season, we will be discussing her. I just need you guys to understand that be mindful of the questions that you guys ask her, because it's a lot of questions and she's not being rude, but it's a lot of questions that she can't answer, guys, because in real life, she's still on the show. So she can talk about this episode, what is already shown. But other than that, she can't answer anything future. So don't ask her if she made it to the end. She can't tell you. She can't tell you.
Can't do it.
She can't do it. And we want her to come back. Okay. So also tonight, you guys know, I'm just going to put it out there real quick. It's a lot going on with me on social media and in these YouTube streets. And just please keep it positive in the chat tonight. I will be blocking and deleting and banning. So I'm not for it tonight. We are here to talk about Ready to Love and nothing else. Please keep it positive. You guys know this is a very positive channel. Please keep that negativity over there. We just not here for it tonight. It's positive energy here, and we're gonna have a good time. Other than that, you know how I like to do it. Everyone, I want you guys to go around the room, introduce yourselves, let them know where they can find you on socials, and if you're working on any projects or anything that you guys would like to share.
What's up, everybody? Tyrone Wilson here. You can find me at Ty Wilson 21 everywhere. Always a pleasure to be on the panel. And if y'all going to be in DC on September 9th, we're going to have the Don Tito's rooftop for 2 hours to celebrate 10,000 members in my company's cybersecurity meetup group. So it's a big deal for us, 11 years in the making. And if y'all can make it out, we'd love to have you.
I'm sorry, I'm moving around so much. I can't find my computer charger, so please don't mind me in this moment.
Yep, take your time. If you want, you can cut your video off and do what you have to do, and we'll come back to you.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
As soon as I figure out how to do that. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute too.
Come on, go ahead. I'm over here all in the chat trying to pull out everybody's stuff. Hey, it's your girl, Jay, from another round. Welcome here to my channel. If you're here, please hit the like. If you're here on somebody else's channel, hit the like. Run to everybody else's channel on here and hit the like for please. Thank you.
Stacey B, are you ready?
Hey, y'all. Y'all know how I am. I'm not low maintenance, but I'm low maintenance. You gotta find me on Instagram, Stacey_B. You know, I'm the ready to lover that loves everyone ish. I'm just leave it at that.
Boom.
Yo, what's up, bro? Mr. Smell Good himself. He's in the building today. What's up? You got the ladies joining you. What you gotta say for yourself?
I love me.
Oh my gosh. J-Dub.
What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J-Dub, the #1 commenter. I'm back on this panel, and you know, I'm doing my reviews on my channel. Welcome back, Stacey B. We missed you last week. You know, it was never the same without you. And welcome, Kat, to the channel. And you know, we're here. So let's go.
Katarina, you ready?
Is it my turn?
Yep, it's your turn.
Hey, y'all, how are you doing? I'm Katarina McCormack, season 8, Dallas, little dramatic season that we're on. I'm really happy to be here. Instagram at Island Barbie Doll. Everything, YouTube, everything's going to be at Island Barbie Doll. And I'm excited.
Thank you. P.O.?
You already know what it is. It's P.O. Number one. Number two, it is true I am on this panel. That is a fact. 3, 100 sightings on IG.
Done. And we out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. Thank you so much for being here tonight. All right, so it's 271 of you in the chat right now. If you have not clicked that thumbs up, make sure you click the thumbs up. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please keep it respectful in the chat tonight, period and point blank. Before we get started, we're just going to go around the room. I just want to hear your thoughts. We don't have to, it's no order. Just kind of tell me how you're feeling up until now, up until episode 8. Like, what you feeling about the show? You over the show? I'm not feeling the show. Still not, there's no connections. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to close some loops. But, I feel like this is the calm before the storm. It's always that way in the mansion. So I'm anxious to see how it's going to play out, really.
Yeah, I'm like this here. I'm like, will the real connections please step forward? Because I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. It's like, I don't know. It's the world of figure it out. So at this point, I'm hoping that the show, narrows it down and sort of, give me something, because I'm not getting anything as yet.
Sheesh.
I'm telling you, that was rough. Maybe I'm gonna try to put a little positive spin on it. For me, I actually like this episode, but again, I have to agree with y'all. The connections were lacking. If everybody just went home all at once, I don't think anybody would be missed and say, well, I missed my chance. That was my person. So hopefully when they get to the house, we can finally kind of narrow it down and see what's going on.
I feel like this has been a waste of everybody's time. Our time, their time. I am not playing. This has been a wasted season. I am sorry. No disrespect to you, Katarina. Lord, let me slow down. Lord. Katarina, Kat. I'm just gonna call you Kat because I'm gonna mess it up all night. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. Kat, is no disrespect to you, but this season has wasted your time, as well as all of ours. I'm so sorry.
Don't say sorry. It's not my show.
Oh no, I'm not sorry to you. I'm just saying.
I ain't produce it. I'm not getting paid that much from it.
I'm gonna agree with J-Cat because I just don't see anybody that I feel like is living up to be on your Instagram with you. But that's my personal opinion. No shade to the guys or anything, but I feel like at least this episode, maybe 4 people should have been eliminated all at once. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Who do you think should have went home? Just curious.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Because I want to know.
You can know, but you can
have to sign. Kat, who are my connections? Is that what you're asking?
Watch the episode?
We saw it. Don't answer that.
Have you caught up on episode?
Don't answer that, girl. We ain't answering. We're not answering the obvious.
But let me say something about as far as connections, right? I just need you guys to think about in your everyday real life dating. Are we connecting that fast with people? I feel like people watching the show just want us to fall in love so quickly. And it's it doesn't happen like that in real life. You know what I mean? So I feel like the expectations are really high. You guys want us to meet, fall in love, and live happily ever after. And that's not how dating works. I will say with, production does its thing. They do their little thing for editing. At the end of the day, it's a reality show, baby. It's TV. It's entertainment. Honestly, a lot of connections are being made post-filming. Now we get to know each other. We're not being filmed. Every word we're saying is not being magnified. It's just every little thing we do, every little thing we say, people are blowing it up. And it's wild. It's mind-boggling to me, honestly. That's why I stay out of comments. I stay out of blogs. I stay out of the Facebook groups because it's I don't know. I don't know what people expect. If it was that easy to find love, everyone would be married by now. You can't find love in 12 episodes. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I agree, Kat. I think what we're getting at is we barely know who likes who, right? We've seen maybe one kiss and a half, and then that person got voted off.
I was
What
about
this
to
is
say
the
she got
very same.
eliminated.
She got eliminated with the very same day. So
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what we're saying. Like we don't really know like who likes who, like who's actually trying to
We
go
don't
at
know
somebody.
either.
You know.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm saying. This is just like real life dating. It's a waste of time. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
I get that.
it's a waste. Like, it's really. It's not that I want you to fall in love, and I understand how the cycle of actually finding a potential somebody that you want for life goes.
Right.
It's not easy, okay? But what I'm saying is, I don't even get sparks from anybody that says that we can even start a friendship. That's what's really crazy. Like, I know you guys have friendships,
Okay.
but it's not even giving me that right now. It's just everybody is on here with no intentions, and that's what's bothering me. It for me, and it's like if y'all are all serious, I should feel some intentions from a lot more of you guys. I'm not saying all of you, but there's about a handful of you guys. I actually feel like you are trying to be intentional and open to the process, regardless if your person is there or not. But other people is just there for play.
I hear what you're saying in that, but I like to always bring it back to real life because I approach the situation as real life dating. I honestly didn't find out about like all the behind the scenes stuff until later, being the wild card. I just kind of jumped in and wanted to start getting to know the guys. So I will say it's like if you hop, I'm not even say the show, in real life, you go into a bar, right? And it's like, or speed dating. You speed date all these people, and maybe none of them are for you. People still want you to be, it's not that you're not being intentional. Maybe your person's just not on the show. And I'm really quick to, I feel like a lot of us were dating people that we wouldn't usually date. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and where it's not that we're not being intentional, we don't care. Like we put a lot of time into this process. A lot of us had to stop working in order to do this. You know, we took this seriously. I can honestly say for our cast, for the most part, everyone pretty much took it seriously. But it's not our fault if we didn't connect.
I respect that.
Sorry, I can't fake it. Like it's not my fault if I didn't connect. Not saying I didn't connect with anybody, but I don't know. I just feel like people really want a lot from us, and it's just like we're just going with the process. We're going with the journey. We're trying to date people we might not usually date and just see what happens. You know, and I don't know. It's just like it's a lot of pressure. It's like everybody like we want to see, we want to see, we want to see. Well, hey, I want to see too. I want to fall in love too. Like, give me a second to do that.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know what episode. What are we on? Episode 8? Like, come on, y'all.
Well, I think
more time.
I think traditionally with Ready to Love, by the time we made it to the getaway, you know, you saw connections that folks wanted to hone in on, and so like right now, as it stands, it doesn't seem like anyone has a connection that they want to test on the getaway. It's more like I still need to find who the connection is. And I think that's what's happening in this season. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist because, you know, production is good with isolating, you know, certain things about connections and things of that nature. I just feel like, you know, right now it's not there and it's not 100% clear to the viewer, you know, regardless of, you know, what really has been taking place behind the scenes.
Okay.
That's all.
And also to your fairness too, it can also not be y'all fault. Editing is leaving stuff out.
Maybe editing is leaving all kind of stuff out. Dates, everything.
Yeah, so we like have relationships that we don't even know how we got there.
Yeah, I get so.
It's not y'all per se. Don't take it personal, but it's just not. Something is off. Somebody is missing. Somebody need to be hired. Something is just not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Yeah, Kat. As the viewing audience, and especially you said you are a Ready to Love fan. If you have the feels from season 1 and season 2, you know it's a kind of different vibe. No one is expecting like a Janelle move where you need to be engaged in 90 days or the baby in 120. We're not looking for that, but we are looking for people who are there for the same purpose, open for the possibility of a connection, maybe love, relationship, and an actual future. We're not getting that. Like it's not even close, you know. So that's what it's about for the viewers.
Yeah, and to reiterate what another round said, it's not you guys' fault. It's definitely an isolation issue, I think, in terms of the production. So there's that.
There's that. Moving right along.
Moving right along. Shout out to Aries in the chat.
Aries.
Hey, lady. All right, guys. All right, let's go ahead and start with this episode.
Oh, love, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So, Ready to Love, episode number 8. This episode is called Ride or Die. This episode will begin with the ladies in the ladies' lounge with Tommy. Tommy tells the women that the men will be meeting their ride or dies, which is pretty much their BFFs. The first friends date will be with Katarina, her BFF Allie, Phil, and Herbert. Allie begins by telling Phil about how Kat has a level of communication that she would love for her ideal partner. And Phil mentions that, he hasn't really responded to, what I'm saying, or she hasn't really responded, his text. Like, I don't really know. Like, she talking about communication. Like, she ain't even text the brother back. And she like, huh? Hold up. Wait a minute. Get somebody else to do it because I have receipts, real receipts. So as a matter of fact, here's my phone. And he like, oh, dang, man. Yeah, you right. So what had happened was, so pretty much he got caught. Yeah. He did not text her back. And, her friend Allie said, like, one of the things she's looking for is communication. And like, he just kind of like threw her under the bus. So I pretty much laughed at that scene. Shout out to Katarina for, calling him out and, putting him on blast. So let me see. Herbert enters the scene and Allie asks Herbert, what is the difference between him and dating Kat and the other men? He like, it's me. Like, drop mic. Like, we don't even got to talk about nothing else because it's me. Philip mentions that, he's open to having more kids. He's open to not working, or to her not working if she does get pregnant. But he wants to know, is it anything that she may want to do and add to the world, during that time? Herbert starts to drill Allie and says that her answers aren't good enough. He like, well, I got questions for you. And then she answered and she like, but those was the true questions. At least I wasn't like, because I said so. Herbert also mentions that she isn't his strongest connection, but she is up there. Herbert says that he thinks that Allie was pretty much just nervous in the process. That was a lot. I took a lot of notes.
That was good.
Thank you.
Okay. Nobody jumped in it. Let me get mine out the way. Sabrina always got to go back to the very, very beginning because I'm on that. Let's remove nephew Tommy from his position and get somebody else in there. I had to remember how he was noticing. Whose thigh was that? Was that somebody remind me? He was noticing
somebody's leg.
He said it twice. He said that leg out.
It was Lee's.
Yeah. That thing out.
Oh, yeah, that leg out. Lee's always dressed.
It was Lee's leg
out there. Like that man don't need to notice Lee leg like that. And it's time for him to go. Tommy's time is up. So I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that petition. We still got it going. We're gonna sign it backstage. But with Alley Cat, it looks like we got the new freaking frat. Shout out to Stacey.
Oh no, don't do that. No, do not. No, don't put that out there. No,
don't do that.
Okay. That would keep.
Yeah, it's a duo. It's a duo. It's a new duo. We have some duos sometime, and it was a real thing with like what was going on with Phil. Just like it was more so like a defensive kind of situation. It wasn't more so he was. I said Phil. Did I say I meant
Herbert?
Yeah, Herbie. Yeah, I call him Herbie. Yeah, Herbie. It was more like they go Phil and Herbie, but with Herbie, it was more like a defensive, like, well, you ain't called me, or I didn't, it was like he was trying to deflect. He didn't really want to answer the questions. He didn't really want to get into it all the way. But like I said, I just didn't see nothing there on either side. Like Phil got out there the best way he could. He got what he said. He got a little league or whatever he got to go to he got to cut his day short. I didn't really see much there, so I'm gonna let y'all have it. Anybody?
Well, Well, first off, let me double up on what you said and Tommy looking at that girl's leg like it was a leg of lamb.
Oh.
So that part. Yeah, we got, you can't be complimenting the women like that. Like, nice leg.
I mean, Lee works out. Her body is banging. It's hard to not see it, in honesty.
Yeah, but come on, man. Like, you got
This ain't his first time. He got Cynthia. He get almost everybody.
Twice though. Like
Yeah.
in this, he
3
doubled.
times. Yeah.
He was like, man, I'm gonna put some sauce on that leg.
Listen, Tommy likes what he likes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that because he's what? Tommy's like what, 5'4", 5'3".
I think it's like 5'11".
Tommy?
Yeah, he's not short. He's not short.
That man is not 5'3".
No, he's not short at all.
When I stand next to Tommy and I, we're looking eye to eye. So.
Yeah, he's tall. He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know because when we used to be in the lounge, he used to sit on pillows. So I was like,
y'all got to remember, P.O. like 6'8".
You know what, P.O.?
P.O. like 6'8", so y'all got to remember that, okay?
All right. Anyway, back to the real world. Yeah, I don't think that. I didn't think that Herb was. I didn't think he was all the way in. You know what I mean? It looked like he was giving checked out answers.
That makes 2 of us.
So when somebody kind of gives you an evasive route or things like that, you pretty much know what it is, and he's probably like, well, you know what, I'm here, might as well finish this up, see what we got going on, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So they didn't get a whole lot, but damn, he didn't even have a drink, so he was checked out.
Y'all notice everything, my God.
But yeah, I didn't get
no idea.
I didn't get too much. That's all I got for this.
I just want to say, for the record, what did I tell you 10 episodes ago? Anytime a man is talking about, oh, I've never dated so many people, I don't know how to keep in touch with so many, he lying. And all their friends peeped it because he's trying to act coy because he was really talking to somebody else behind the scene. I don't know this for a fact, but if I can read the room, that's what the room is reading. He was playing with y'all and wasting y'all time, and they could have had another fine, dreaded mofo there, baby. Because we like them tall and look like their hair smells good, like some herbs and lavender and stuff. Baby, mint and lavender scalp. Baby, what's up?
Well, let me chime in real quick. I'm going to take up for Herbert, Phil, and myself.
No,
I have to. When you hear what I say, you understand why. That's not who I wanted on my friend date. And you guys have been on the show. You know how it goes. Phil, just like Lee had said in one of her interviews, when we all saw the connection that Phil and Aries had together, it was like we all friend zone Phil. So I was like, why is Phil here? That man needs to be with Aries somewhere. At the time, my connections, one of my connections was actually Chris. I was just like, why is Chris not on this date with me? So what you're feeling is not Herbert's fault. Herbert and I we weren't even at the time even like texting or talking that much on the phone. Phil and I were just like, after our first date, we had a great like connection as far as discovering each other, but he was already connected to Aries. And for me, when it's ready to love and I already see a relationship that I feel like is healthy building, I don't want any parts. You know what I mean? I loved what they had going on in this journey. So honestly, like none of us want to be there with each other. So that's what you're feeling. It's not that one of us was into the other one or one didn't text the other one back. Like we had already friend zoned each other in that moment of the journey, in that part of the journey. Things do change as the show continues. You have to tune in and watch that. But in that moment that you guys are watching, we're all like, why are we here?
and to be honest, in this same moment, like what we've seen thus far is that we've seen Janelle and Herbert seeming like they're making a solid connection, right? And then he gets eliminated.
What's she say? Oh, these are some good questions. Sorry.
So I felt like after the whole friends visit, I'm sure Sabrina will get into it soon. I feel like everybody was saying the same thing about Herbert. In all fairness, like everybody's friends were. So it was how maybe he went into the friend stage with too much confidence, and everybody read him wrong. Maybe he's not like that in real life. I don't know. But from what we saw, he looked like he was really digging one person, and then all of a sudden he's eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some more things you guys didn't see either. Herbert, Lee, and I had a 3-hour date with his ex. It wasn't shown. So it's really hard to connect the pieces when there are major parts being cut out. That date would have explained a lot, but for whatever reason, they chose not to air it. And it was a really good time for you guys to see Lee's personality, my personality, our interaction with Herbert, hear from Herbert's ex about why they broke up, and then just like the discoveries we had in that date, that wasn't shown. So, you know.
Why did they break up? I mean, the episode's over, so why did they break up?
That might come out later.
In short, communication issues.
Are we surprised? He ain't been he been wanting to be in love with everybody and ain't been talking to nobody. And you know what that tell me? He got a boo on the side, baby. He was already entangled before. Baby, right before production rolled cameras, he was entangled and he didn't want to give too much, but he wanted to act like he was going along. And see, you know, the Houston season, we probably got a little more coins. No shade to nobody else, but you know, DC, we talked about it. Now we were like, what? That's what y'all getting? But anyway, that's
Stacey,
nothing. But I'm saying like, whatever.
Yeah, he's just not that invested in anybody for real. I mean, you're not calling, you're not showing up, you're giving short answers. I just felt like he was just kind of like riding the wave at this point. And then when he got eliminated, he seemed like he was kind of shocked in a sense. I mean, but we gonna talk about that. Katarina, I'm not, but what you was about to say.
I gotta log off. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I just gonna say yeah for right now. Yeah. I mean, for me, so the part you saw about me showing Phil receipts, to me, it's not even a receipt. Everybody knows, like, even in my real life, my friends, exes, people know I'm really big on matching energy. I really do believe in the beginning of, like, the building of a relationship, it's a man's job to not necessarily chase, but pursue. I think the right word is pursue. So they cut it out, but I don't text men first. Like, when I'm starting to know you, getting to know you, I don't text you first. I need to know what your energy is. I need to feel like you're pursuing me before I begin to match that energy. So it really wasn't me showing him a receipt. It was just like, boo, you're not doing enough, so I'm not gonna give it back to you. Like, why would I? Like, I'm not in a place where I have to do that, you know? The men that I typically date prior to the show they the ones that show up for me. They send flowers, they plan dates, they're texting, they're calling, good morning, queen, all that good stuff, good rising, yada, 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 yada. So that's just the type of energy I'm used to. So yeah, it wasn't even me trying to like have a dig at him. I wasn't upset. I don't get mad about stuff like that. If we're not compatible, that's okay. There's like 1,000 people who are compatible with me. But yeah, just, you know, I'm an only child. I'm a Sagittarius. I require a lot of attention, especially in the beginning. And once I get that, I'm able to match it back. But if I'm not getting that, I just don't know how to pursue a man. It's just not my job. I'm not going to do it.
Tyrone, what you got?
No, I was going to say, I think we made mention of Herbert's like hunting style last week, right? And we can kind of tell, you know, who the hunters are and who may be the lazy daters or whatever. But he said it himself, like his style is kind of laid back. He'll take his time and stuff. But you know that when he's competitive, he's a totally different person. Like when it's him and Quentin on the screen, like he'll bring presents and everything, and it's competitive. And also we saw that hug with him and Sierra at the end. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I caught some of that tension. And Phil did it right. You know, he's dating, but he's dating like somebody's watching, you know, but still keeping it professional. So good job on him, but not fumbling during the dates.
Can I respond to Kat since you're done, Ty? Y'all better quit rattling them bags. I done unmuted. I'm sorry, guys.
Aries.
So here's what I'm gonna say, Kat. I don't feel like you are asking for something above expectations in your Sagittarius vibes and everything. These men were flat out prima donnas. I have never in my life, now look, now these men handsome as hell now. Some of them got them straight, shiny white teeth. I was even looking at the screen twice, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But at the end of the day, when we saw their effort was lacking. So what I'm gonna say to you is, in your defense, you weren't asking for too much. You weren't being a Sagittarius. You weren't, I have high expectations. Hell, I'm an only child too. And I was looking like, what are y'all, what? Nobody did anything? Like, what? Like, I just feel like this was a role reversal. Like, the Dallas men expected the women to be hunter-gatherers, and they wanted y'all to bring the damn flowers to them. And it pissed me off. And I just feel like, I don't care who's beefing with who. I think whoever y'all think is the lesser of the women still deserve better than the best of the men here, from what we can see. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry.
No lies detected.
Jay, what you got? You on mute.
I just said Stacey just completed a mouthful for me right there. I don't really have much to say.
After.
But this, I mean, honestly, this is a little snippet of dating. Honestly, you know,
It's a lot of people that's actually asking that. Are like the Dallas men really like that? Like how Herbert is showing up? Like, are they like that? Like in real life?
so it depends on what type of Dallas man you were dating. So
Mhm.
I have dated, how do I say this? It depends on who you're dating. So for me, I'm African and I'm Haitian, right? I'm also raised pretty American as well. So I have a lot of experience with dating Americans, Nigerians, Caribbean men. It's really just different. I will say, gotta watch my words. I will say this is not typical of what Dallas men do. The men that I date, I don't have this issue. I've never had this issue. This is not showcasing how dating in Dallas is. Honestly, I enjoy dating in Dallas. I mean, I'm still single, but you know, I haven't had a big issue with dating out here. Guys are they know how to pursue depending on what culture. They know how to pursue you. They know how to set up dates. They know how to show up. They know how to communicate. You know, we just didn't have a lot of that on this show. That's all I got.
Shout out to you for being a Sagittarius. All right.
Yes, it's the best sign. I love it.
No doubt about it. I love that life.
Moon, rising, sunset, whatever they say, all of it. I'm Sag in every category of life.
Exactly. What is it? Half horse, half man? You already know I'm an animal.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know, I'm gonna let you have your moment, P.O., because as a Leo, I'm full beast. So I don't never have to go there. But you know, so you can have it.
Well, I'm glad Kat has corrected some of our impressions of Dallas men based on this season of Rated Love. I hope season 2 can show us something different, because I was like, you know what? I can't drive them 3 hours up there for this right here. This right here, I can't come up there for this. I ain't about to do this. I ain't gonna get me 3 hours on the road to Dallas for this.
Are you in Houston?
Yes, hunty.
Oh, I heard y'all have some men's out there.
Baby, let me go on mute before I get myself in trouble.
So moving forward.
Look, that's why I asked her for Stacey, because I don't live out there, so I can.
Stacey has exited the chat.
I visit.
Wowzers. All right.
Wowzers. Shout out to Chris.
Where are we? Okay, where are we? All right, so let me put it on here. Aries, we about to talk about you, girl. All right, Aries and her BFFs, Stephanie and Lacey, meet with Phil and Chris. Chris explains why he likes Aries. He like, you know, I feel like if anybody asks about her, they just gonna say she's just an angel. Like, she is amazing.
She really is.
And Phil we could definitely see her energy. We love Aries over here, and we love you now. Phil talks about reinventing himself, like with his job, and Chris says that he wants to financially support his wife. And pretty much at the end of the date, Aries friends like Chris more. Yes. Bingo. Yes.
Somebody.
Anybody.
Well, I'll go.
Everybody.
I feel like this date was exactly what it was supposed to be. I saw two people connecting with each other. It was genuine. It looked, pure. I don't know Chris. I don't know my bro. It just seemed like it was a little wishy-washy, but I could definitely see, that Phil came and he showed up for Aries, and it was good. It was a good date. I mean, I can't say anything wrong with it.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't think Phil or Chris is right for Aries. And like IMO said in the chat, I'm starting to see a pattern. When Phil talking, it sounds like the work situation is a little unstable, and that absolutely does matter when you're talking about, I guess, I don't know. I hope that he's looking for love and building a life and all of that going on. And as far as Chris going on, we already know what Chris is. Chris got his spiel going on tonight. But I actually like this position that Chris is coming from. I don't think he's not opening up enough about it. Like I said, to me, who don't want the catering life? But that's a whole nother subject. And the woman has to be in servitude mode to do so. But I can get with it, but with some balance. I'm gone. Keep going, somebody.
I'm not about to play with Jay today. Okay. I'm with you though, Jay. Yeah, neither one of these brothers is right for our girl. What I notice about Chris is going to both of his dates. If he generalized the question, he can answer it. So long as the question is generalized, he's given a nice answer, answer that's more to him, which is a true answer about what he actually wants out of a person. But I don't necessarily think he sees it in these people. Like Aries' friend asked him a general question. It wasn't specifically geared to Aries in that moment. So it was easy for him to answer. Opposed when he was with Jessica, we'll see later on, where he has trouble answering directly a question directed to her. On the other side with Phil, for a person who is supposed to be trying to make this top connection and has been putting in the work supposedly towards Aries, it was giving, we're just going to play around and crack jokes, so I don't really have to answer no true questions here. And that was very disappointing for me, because I was expecting him to actually give me some reason as to why he does like this woman and feels that he would like to have her in his life. The most real I got was from him is when he was actually explaining his work situation. So, yeah, I agree, J-Dubs. Neither one of these men are for her because they're just not putting the effort for me. I'm sorry.
And to piggyback on Jay tonight, like, don't get in front of my friends and embarrass me. I've been talking your ass up. I've been talking about you like you the best thing and sliced ass bread, baby. All you need is some butter, some honey, some cinnamon, some sugar, and slap it on there. Eat it up, baby. And then you got in front, and you was like a stale piece of bread. A he, the hell he. Don't you ever, after I done hyped you up, Flavor Flav hype. I done hyped you up. You get in front of my friends and embarrass me. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. Like Phil, I was really rooting for him. I really wanted the light, the camera, the action. I just knew all the friends were gonna be in love with him because he's like, we're an insurance. He might be a claims adjuster. I might be an agent, but we gotta sell that shit like we ain't never sold no Kool-Aid before on a stand in front of our house, baby. And guess what he did? He wasn't selling nothing. He had them little bitty mouthwash cups of half-ass lemonade and wasn't nobody buying. How you gonna do that in front of my friends after I done talked your ass up? I'm so disappointed. I gotta leave the screen. This is utterly disappointing.
Wow.
It's Virgo
Wow.
season, y'all.
I'll go. I guess I'll start with Chris. I felt like his answers were just like general answers. I said weeks ago when it comes to him and Aries, like I wonder if he really likes her like in a lustful type of way, because we don't really see any of that from him. Like we just see that he likes someone and he enjoys being around a person, but never really talks about a future with that person. Also, he always talks about what he needs, right? And not what he sees in the other person that he likes. Phil, I don't know, for some reason he seems a little bit intimidated, by Aries' presence sometimes. I said it weeks ago, hey, let's just get to the point where we see Aries at the bridge and we be done with it. But that's what I think. I think Phil was probably just in a secure place at the time during this date, so it probably felt like he didn't really have to go all out. You know what I mean? And you can kind of tell by Aries' response to what the friends were saying about Chris. Aries was hoping that the friends would lean towards Phil, and you could see that reaction in her face. So when she says she has some thinking to do, that's probably right. Because your friends are your friends for a reason. They know what you want and they know what you need. And, even her friends are classy. So it's exactly what I expected out of that date.
Wait, Ty. For the people
What?
in the back.
Yeah.
In the back. Now, Ty, man, you've been bumping heads the last several weeks. We've been here together, as we have gathered here together before. We have bumped heads, but I think that you said something very important that, like, materialized the last 2 weeks for me with Chris. You said he what? He speaks about what?
What he needs.
What he needs.
He always talks about what he
can
needs.
give. And when you're looking for a partner, you want what you always talking about, J-Dub? Equally yoked. One of y'all always talking about some yoked.
I ain't talking about no yoke.
Oh, Tyrone be talking about some yoke.
I'm talking about Chris, the servitude. Now we're on a new servitude thing now.
Well, if we wanted to be in a Handmaid's Tale, we would marry Chris. God dang. Yeah.
Wait. Y'all not gonna get on Chris like that. Let's hold on.
No, we do have to, because what he is saying is on BS. He might be a good friend, and he handsome, and he looks nice, and he everything. But his commentary, what he's been saying, is what he expects out of everybody else, and not what he can give to somebody. So it's hard for us to watch it and be like, oh, I want to give my all to him, and what he gonna pour back in me? He ain't watering me. I'm gonna have to go get one of them little red little flowers to water me, because he ain't put no water on my little petals.
Hold on now, Stacey. So again, editing. Chris is probably one of the most genuine, loving, caring male on this cast. And I feel like the way when I decipher how episodes are and how they casted us, I feel like everyone, they had a part for them to play. And I feel like when it came to Chris, they wanted to play up on that Nigerian servitude. That was his story that they wanted to push. I don't get any of those vibes from Chris. As a matter of fact, they've cut so much things that Chris has said as far as how he likes to take care of his woman, how he's a romantic, he loves dating, he loves taking care of his family. Like, he is so, y'all have no idea.
That's why Jessica wanted to work so bad.
Exactly. They show Chris is coming to America, and exactly. But it's just not. Okay. Even the whole servitude thing is like highly edited. That's not even how he acts around women at all. So that's editing 1,000.
I appreciate you clarifying that for him on his behalf. and he should have brought his little butt over here to Sabrina's channel and said it for himself, but we're gonna accept it from you. However, okay, let me follow up with that. His doggone ex or whatever she was got up on this national ass TV talking about, well, you gonna give him everything and he ain't gonna give you nothing.
I mean, how long did they date though? That might not.
I don't know. They didn't tell us that.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Editing is a thing. Like we all change. Like we change so much as we're growing. That might have been 18-year-old Chris. That might not be 40-year-old Chris. But that's not the Chris that that's not the Chris that we all know. And you can ask the ladies who like him. You can ask any of us. That's not that's edited highly.
Well, maybe
I hate that narrative for him because it's so nice.
Maybe she just got up on here and then had a flashback, and she was sitting across from him, and then he's in $300 more cologne sitting across from her. His line is real lined up, his taper's real tapered up, and then all of a sudden she wanted him again, and then she's trying to like cast aspersion. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's possible.
It's possible because that's not the Chris that we are.
Well, I'll tell you, in my defense, I've been defending his little ass this entire time. So when he got up on here this episode, he made my nerves bad, and he needs to win my heart again. Because I've been talking about, I've been there having his whole back, and he just played. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Well then, so just to let you guys know, in the chat, it's 541 of you. Make sure you click that thumbs up if you have not already. And also to stop asking Kat questions you know she can't answer. Okay? So Katarina, if you see any questions in the chat that just be like, Sabrina, I want to answer this question. Definitely just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. Are we still...
Stacy.
What I do? I ain't do nothing.
Your comments. People keep asking me how tall I am. I'm 5'11" and a half. I just say 6 feet at this point. I keep seeing that.
You were taller than most of the men there. Got it.
Honey, when you hugged Marvin goodbye, you was like, goodbye. You was like, oh my God. I was like, he's so short. I didn't realize
he's not that short.
Was he like 5'9"?
Yeah, he's really not that short. He might be 5'9", like 10. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and we're wearing heels. They're not. So yeah, he's not that short.
Okay. So I'm just saying, because when I'm in heels, I still want to be like, hey,
yeah,
I don't want to be like, hey baby, I'm sorry, you got eliminated. Goodbye. You know, I just was like, oh my God, when you stood up next to him, yeah, he looked like a little kid. It was crazy.
Oh.
Yes. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that definitely was not gonna work. I mean, but that's just me. That's just me. He was short. Okay, are we done with Aries and Aries friends with Phil and Chris? Yes. Okay. All right, we're gonna move forward.
But before you move on, can we say, Kat, you are glowing. Your braids are braiding.
Okay.
Thank you for being here tonight, girl. I just have to have a little pause.
Oh, thank you, Stacy. You're so sweet.
I said, damn, girl. Okay, then. The light is hitting, the face is hitting. Okay. Never decline, ass Cat. Okay.
Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Because I'm looking crazy on TV. I'm like, who is that?
Really? You think? I think you look gorgeous on TV.
I think it's for me, like, I will also tell you guys, everyone, whether I like them or not, in person, makeup was hitting. And then we watched the show and we're like, why do we look yellow? It's the lighting is terrible. I mean, Janelle's makeup was always hitting. Sierra's makeup hitting. Lee, like everyone's makeup was hitting. And then you get on TV and we just sometimes we just look crazy. But it's really a lighting thing because the girls know how to do their makeup.
Lighting. It's the wash. It's not the lighting. It's the color wash. What they do is they shoot the film flat. And then they go to a color lab, and your color lab people effed up the final product.
People gonna find a way to blame the production.
But you know what?
What I do.
So I always give this advice to, and I always say it to like any cast members that are gonna watch the panels, like the new ones, because you know they go back and watch the seasons, they go back and watch the panels from season before. Make sure you do your makeup in natural light. And like in real life, on my season, the whole time you never saw my makeup looking crazy, because every morning I would sit in front of the window and do my makeup. So
I didn't know I had a vanity, so I was sitting in front of the lights.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, I'm not degrading anybody. Like, goodness gracious, I just don't prefer men that are shorter than me. Oh my goodness. Anyway, how about that? Okay, moving forward. Wait a minute. Is it? Oh shoot, I stopped the thing. All right, because I want to share my screen with the picture. All right, here we go. I accidentally took it off. All right. Next we have, oh my God. All right. Next we have Janelle and her BFF Quinn meeting with Herbert and Quentin. Herbert shows up with a gift and Quentin looks like, yeah, he got one up on me. I'm not feeling that he is giving my woman a gift. Herbert mentions that he likes Janelle because she is a whole thug, but she's sweet too. And Quentin says that Janelle may be a lot for some people, but not for him. Quentin is looking for marriage, kids as soon as it can happen. Like, she ready, I'm ready, we ready to do this thing. Herbert says that his timeline pretty much differs from Janelle's, and she wants to be engaged by the end of the year. Herbert pretty much, you know, and then Quinn was like, what kind of woman you want? He was like, I need a woman that has patience. That's his ideal woman. So in the end, Quinn does choose Quentin, but if it doesn't work out with Quentin, then she should definitely call Herbert. And go. End scene. Tyrone, I want you to...
No, I was going to say, I think we could just stop there with what you just said. If things don't work out with Quentin, call Herbert. Bam.
Well, I guess Herbert's phone call will be ringing.
Yeah. There's a lot of liquor there, though.
Not enough to fill this scene.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much, I mean, if we're being honest, I'm wondering how much Herbert knows about Janelle and Quentin at this point.
I mean, but when is it ever cute to be like, oh, I love her, she's a thug? UH?
Oh, hold on.
But what I'm saying is,
in what adult, ready to love, professional world is that cute?
But you know, I think those were words.
It's not the first time it came out. It's not the first time it came out.
Quentin said it like 2 times before, and it's so ignorant to me. I can't, like, of all the reasons to be attracted to me, don't say it's my thuggish way. I mean, I have some, especially if tequila is involved. I mean, I can be real thuggish with me and tequila on National Tequila Day in July. However, that shouldn't be the #1 compliment that you've given to me in a room of people. Like, your elevator spiel should not be, I love her, she's so much of a thug. The heck? Like, if you don't get off my phone, I'm gonna need you to come up with some other qualities, some real adult. All right, I want to be married at the end of the year. You want a baby? I want a baby. Come up with something that's gonna match that. You talking about I'm a thug? Baby, bye.
Maybe she is a thug.
Yeah, I don't know, Stacey. I thought
don't act like that's cute. Like, that's a winning argument in front of the jury for me.
Maybe she.
You gonna get me convicted off that now? Get off my phone. Bye. You know what? Let me go back.
He might have been meaning thug, like as in like thugged out.
Thugged out.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
After 9 p.m.
He might have been like, you know, yeah, she's like, he probably didn't want to use my direct line. It was, but he recycled it in his way, I think, maybe. But no, I would never to a woman's face, have that sort of paint that visionary of, yeah, it's my little thug right here. This is the girl I send in the room, whenever I need stuff to get handled. You know what I mean? I just tell them, hey,
Love, turn up. Woo, woo. We got each other's tattoos. Woo, woo. Turn up.
Right. Somebody got to tell the waiter they forgot cheese on my cheeseburger.
right.
And it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah,
Skin scene.
yeah. As a man, though, at the end of the day, I feel like you should be able to offer a little bit more of a colorful compliment over, just calling her a straight thug. That's like, calling her the NI double, whatever. The rest.
What compliment? Let me ask you this, because what we've heard from all the ladies and their feedback to him, what real compliment can he give to her other than
whatever the compliment, whatever is
attractive? Let me finish. When
wait,
he
you
ain't
just
calling
jumped in
and
the
talking to nobody.
nonsense.
He ain't calling and talking to nobody. So what other compliment can he give if he don't forgot everybody's phone number and he ain't talking to nobody? Because I ain't used to dating this many people, but you used to dealing with this many people.
I mean,
so
he
the
could
best
have
compliment you can give me in front of my friends and national MFM TV is to call me a GD thug, baby. Let me go water my plants because it's some bull.
She said water.
I feel like he could have complimented her in the way that whatever attraction looks like to him. You know what I mean? There is a way to compliment a woman's whatever, right? And when you talking like she's one of the homies, like, yeah, come here, little, you know what I mean? This is my thug right here. You can't do that to a woman. Any other way will do. So, I mean, he could have just said she has a very nice smile. It's attractive. Her teeth are all 30, whatever. Teeth of hers.
She got all her teeth.
Really nice.
You have all your teeth.
They're bright, shiny. They light up the room. It just glows. Anything.
But we don't see Herbert's not a man of many words, right?
Understood. Thug, dude.
We've seen that in multiple dates, but I felt like we saw Quentin say it in the men's lounge already about Janelle. So it's almost like Herbert just beat him to the punch this time. And maybe that's what she's giving him. We don't know that.
Or it could be, maybe they have the inside joke of, yeah, you my little thug, and they probably might have that as a little inside, one-on-one type of deal. And that might have spilled out into that date. But
you reaching now. That's
no, I'm not. No, but I'm.
If you check PO's wingspan, you understand the reach is natural. Don't worry about it.
Katarina, to thug or not to thug? You let us know.
I mean, I'm looking at the comments and I feel like they're making sense. Someone said Janelle probably liked that. She likes people to know that she's about that life. So I think it was a compliment because I think, that's kind of what she showed on scene and behind the scenes. So I think he complimented her where she wanted to be complimented at. And I think they both thought that was a great compliment.
They both basically said it. It's just one said it more polite than the other. That's all.
It was taken well. She wasn't upset by it. So,
Okay. Well, then how can I be mad if she's not? I retract my feelings of disgust and immaturity and insults. But can you remind us how old is Herbert?
I don't know. I only know my connections ages. So I don't know how that man is.
I think Herbie's.
I'm gonna guess 37.
37, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, I didn't have a problem with the thug comment. I thought she received it well, and like JK said, it was like another way of saying that she was assertive, or she got that attitude that I guess he likes or whatever. So she received it well. She wasn't offended. It works because everybody got the different kind of things that they like. So who's to say if somebody is a romantic, like you, Stacy, you wouldn't want to be called a thug. You would be offended. But Janelle, I think she's built another way. So
if I can't put it on my resume, I don't want to be called it. But that's just me.
Right.
I'm gonna put assertive on my resume. I'm not gonna put thug, but that's all.
What I was gonna say is, it looks like Herbert is still trying a little bit for Janelle, and I'm wondering how much Herbert knows about Quentin and Janelle's connection.
I'm about to answer this question, Tyrone, because I was going to answer it for you anyway, because I heard you ask it.
Go ahead.
He knows well enough to go ahead and bring a gift to try to one up.
But if he know what we're seeing, I think he would have left that gift at home.
No.
You think he really got that?
I think this has been a back and forth between these two as far as ego goes. And
but wait, Jay, I'm gonna pause you right there, and I'm gonna ask the people on the panel who's been on this show before. Do you think that's really a gift that Herbert purchased, or was it a production gift? Because y'all know where all of our flowers come from. All the bottles of I dropped by. What y'all think?
Nah.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'm not being clear what I'm saying.
Okay, because I want to feel about it. You don't think production did that to add a little because really, if Quentin would have arrived later than Herbert, Quentin would have been the one with the gifts. Let's be real about it.
What I'm saying is that we don't heard Quentin make multiple comments in regards to sexual relations with Janelle. And as a man, if I'm aware, I ain't bringing no gift. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, you gonna let him cut your wife out like that? Don't let that man stop you from your wife, Tyrone. Don't do that. Don't let a little relation stop you from getting your woman. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all not built the same. Back in the day, a man used to know.
I'm talking about bringing gifts on set.
A man would have brought a gift no matter what back in the day. When he wanted something, he would have brought it. Like, baby, I know you got a pass and you got a little record on you, but
that part. They gonna show up.
Don't bring me no weak ass gift. Go put some gas in my car.
Oh wow!
This is why they don't bring no gifts no more.
Come with a gift card is no
Men so you this COVID done messed them all up. They done forgot how to take your car to get it washed. Because girls don't be having cars, men don't be having cars no more. So they forgot to go fill up your tank. They forgot to go get it detailed. Don't bring me no whack ass food. Go take my car to the detail shop.
Don't bring me
So
food.
you think you deserve to smash the homie and get a full tank again? You are crazy.
Oh my!
When you swing back from the
tell her again, Tyrone. Ask her again.
You right, Tyrone, one more time.
Like I said, I don't think I'm being clear, but you're not gonna smash the homie and get gifts from me.
Right.
No.
Oh yeah, that part.
You gonna get gas and smash the homie?
Oh my.
Fill her up so she can go smash the homie.
You better go tell that dude to fill it up. That's what you say, Ty.
Right.
It'll stress Ty.
What if a man came on a first date with you and said, you know what, baby, I appreciate you so much. I just want to give you this local card. It's got $35 on it. Now, I know that might not get you all the way there, but I'll pay for this distance. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, because $35 is the price of a tank of gas. So you keeping me from filling up this week. Thank you, sir.
Because this dude's out here not doing nothing.
Sir, you care about me eating. See the things people care about. You care about me eating. You care about me getting to work and picking up my kids. You care about my lights being on. It's hot as hell. I need to put my air on 65. Take care of Reliant for me. Do some real stuff. Don't send me no damn candle. No weak ass bear. Some bear. What is that a hint? It's a hint about you a Build-A-Bear. You trying to get me to talk about you? No, sir. My children get stuffed animals. Don't give me one. Give me something real, because I'm a whole grown woman. Bye.
Wow.
To be clear, I'm not saying they smashed. I'm saying Quentin made references to it. To be clear.
Sure. I couldn't hit the unmute button quick enough. He sure did. Period, Ty. Say it again. Because I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we smashed it. She's like, "Oh, really?" Huh. Yeah.
Wait, what was the hint, Ty?
He's spoken for.
I don't know. Was you hearing me this whole time, Stacey?
Yes, but I need you to repeat it for the people in the back of the congregation, the ones that didn't pay their tithes yet.
I was saying Quentin made reference to him and Janelle smashing already.
Oh, I missed
So
that.
I said if Herbert knows
Well,
that,
I need the reference. I wanted the reference.
it was in multiple episodes.
Yeah,
It's been multiple episodes. So I was saying,
can you give me one out of multiple?
Sabrina just said one.
I ain't hear Sabrina because I was stuck on what you said.
There was something about them having sex already, and Janelle was like, "Oh, really?" But he's been very confident about speaking about sex. So what I was saying is, if Herbert is already aware of that, then he ain't bringing no gifts. And you were saying, yeah, he should bring gifts. He need to fill up my car, buy me food, and all this stuff. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that.
I wasn't referring just to Herbert. I was referring to Quentin. That little ass gift.
Right.
If you gonna, let me tell you something. If you gonna come in the bakery and snatch my cookies,
that's why I was saying
my light bill better be paid for at least 2 to 3 months in the Houston summertime, baby. Until I can open up the window and let the cool air in. If you want to come here and get these Duncan Hines Pillsbury's, chocolate chip, all these cookies, baby, guess what? Let me tell you something. I better not have to pay for nothing at all. I can open them windows for the 2 weeks in our winter.
Oh my God.
Stacey, let me even this playing field with Tyrone real quick. Okay, so it's not okay for her to smash somebody and still get a gift from another potential. However, it's okay for y'all slang y'all thing, but expect a cooked meal. Oh.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to figure it out, because you're not going to bring somebody a gift because she smashes somebody else, but you going to smash somebody else and want a cooked meal from her.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, she brings up a good.
What I miss?
I'm just talking in general. Like, I'm not saying specific to you, but I'm just saying that's the logic I'm getting out of it.
Is he expecting a meal?
If she's smashing somebody else, she shouldn't get a gift from any of her other potentials. However, if he is out here doing his thing, yet he gonna come to her and ask for a cooked meal, and she's supposed to give it to him.
Are you saying that he's smashing other people?
Around, he messing around, he doing whatever out there in the field, and they want to come home and still smash her and ask for a cooked meal, but she can't get a gift
from the other dude.
Hey, I can't speak to that. You know, y'all, we gonna do what y'all let us do.
Good answer, Ty.
Okay, well, we gonna let y'all do what y'all do, and you bring that gift or not, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will.
I feel like this here. If I bring you a gift, you belong to me until that gift is broken.
What?
Or something else.
What kind of gifts do you bring?
Are you bringing Birkin?
Y'all so messy.
That is back.
Perfect picture, Sabrina.
Yes. I like that answer.
I hope your gift is a mortgage. Somebody belongs to you.
Bringing Birkins.
What kind of gifts are you bringing for this, sir? I have questions.
Real gifts.
Mortgages? Trust funds?
Not quitting breaking the fourth wall with this picture too. It's so hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
It is hilarious. Perfect timing.
I don't even remember where we at. I am out of order. In real life. I don't know where we at. No.
It had to be said.
This is good. This is good.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh shoot! I just took out the screen. Okay. Let me get the screen back. I'm sorry, guys. I exited out completely. Are we ready to move forward?
Oh, the mic been dropped. Yeah, you can move on.
Oh my God.
And y'all better not say nothing, because y'all know that's my frat brother right there. So y'all better keep y'all little whack comments to yourselves, and we're gonna let them make it on this unbecoming photo. Because some of us
caring about no cues.
This was the best photo of the whole episode.
This was funny.
Don't y'all like how he works out his shoulders without making himself look like a Ninja Turtle? Because like one of the most unattractive things in men is like when they do too much of this and like all of this comes down and they look like Leonardo or Donatello. So at least he just has like a little hump.
Stacey, I'm about to send you a picture of one of your frat brothers too, just because you said that.
Y'all better leave this Coleman love alone, and y'all better mind y'all business on this one.
All right, so are we moving forward?
Mm-hmm. Only way to go, because if we go backward, we on some thug time. So let's get past that, baby.
I can't. Okay, moving forward. Lee and her BFF, Muffin, meets with Quentin. Muffin does ask Quentin some questions, but she ends with, I like his energy. I like his energy. I like his vibe. I ain't got nothing else. I just like him. I like his muscles too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she like, I'm sold. Lee feels that she was distracted by Quentin's muscles. She didn't ask the questions that she needed her to ask. Muffin wants to hug him first when he leaves to say goodbye, and Quentin still doesn't feel like he sees a different side of Lee.
Well, I got a news publication for Lee. If you left the show with this man Quentin,
he could never bring her. She could never bring her around.
You better not ever have that woman in the house. You better not be dropping off no hair products, no nothing, because this girl was like, why can't I just change places with you?
But she did it in his face.
Yeah,
that's why what?
Yeah, you already know that right there. That whole episode is what I call the making of a sneaky link.
You said the making.
Right.
Not a whole movie.
Wow. Did you feel like it was like LJ minus we just smashed last month?
Nah, this was like beyond your beyond. Like this was enough. Like she couldn't get I didn't even hear her drill the dude at all. She was just like, girl, I'm distracted by that man muscle. I ain't even gonna lie. So yeah, you would have thought she was on a date.
Real quick, guys. Katarina, do you have a fan or something on in your background?
No, I don't. I turned the air off. I'm actually over here dying.
It was me. I got it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Some people were saying that it was like a fan or humming, and I saw in the chat too. No, I think it's. Yeah, I think it's Katarina. I don't know. Maybe it's your connection. I'm not sure.
Maybe it might be my poor little computer over here just dying.
Yeah, I get it because my network. Yes.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, we don't want you to go. We just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. So, anybody else got anything with Lee and Muffin? Because Muffin want to give Quentin her muffins.
Why?
I'm with P.O. on it. Muffin definitely was not focused and wants him all to herself. I kind of felt the same way with Q too. Like he was kind of looking at her like, damn, I got the wrong friend. Because she's kind of aligning more what he wants. He wants somebody a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more spunk than what Lee is giving. He wants somebody to party with. He said it when he came in. I want somebody to party with me and be with me like they are with their friends. So he don't really want a homebody. He not giving me that energy. So Leah's just not the one. On top of it, like, I don't know whose date was first, but you didn't bring her a gift either. And this is supposed to be your number one connection, so you say.
Yeah, can we go back to that hug that he did when he hugged their girlfriend? I just want to see that and add more to that.
It was a side hug.
Yeah, see, she's like, girl, I can't get too engaged. Look at that face. She didn't want to give it. She wanted to, you know what I mean? You know what it is.
Yo, that's when your face hit that muscle right there. You like, oh, it start melting on it.
You see that? You see it, but look at that. Look at what her hand is doing. It's that flat hand, you know, really sizing them up, trying to get into the grooves and all that stuff. Yeah, you better
thumb
watch
is
that.
outlining the other chest muscle and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, you can't have this.
He tried. He know what he doing. He like, look, I'm gonna keep it professional. You know, she like, girl, you know, if you wasn't in here, right, you know what we would be doing. Look at her face.
All right, you know, at the exit hug, she got a full body hug. She got all up in there. You couldn't even see her. Nothing on her front. She was all the way up in there.
Oh, stuff
on the exit. Yeah. It wasn't no side church hug. She was up in there.
I'm done with that.
Anybody got in? Oh, and Katarina, I just want to let you know I muted your mic. So of course, anytime that you want to speak, I'll just put you up. Anybody else want to comment? Because I feel like it's a lot to unravel with oh, that's all the pictures I got. Oh, I must have was like, yeah, this Muffin was doing too much, I guess. I don't know.
I think it, you know, I felt like he went in with nothing to lose. He probably felt that energy from Muffin. This probably closed the loop with him and Lee, and probably, you know, he was trying to give himself some freedom when going into the mansion. That's kind of what it felt like.
Is that what it felt like?
Yeah.
Or what if Lee closed the door first?
That could have been it, but you know, again, maybe he knew that going in, so he really had nothing to lose, and now it seems like he got a clear head moving forward, because that mansion ain't easy, you know, if you got multiple connections, and I'm sure he knows that. But,
or maybe she has a clear head now.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Editing. Once again, I keep saying editing, editing. Editing.
Well, I think Lee should absolutely.
I see Aries is sipping again.
I think Lee's in the chat.
Aries always
Lee's in the chat
when we need to clear the air.
The editing cut, Tyrone.
It's like whenever something trite's going on, they
we
cut
need
the Aries.
Lee. Come on,
taking a sip.
There's Lee.
Yeah. So FYI, everybody, the Lee Greer, she's in the chat. So shout out to Lee. Make sure y'all show her much love. Lee, we're talking about her and Muffin and Quentin right now. Thank you so much, Lee, for joining us tonight.
Yo, Lee, we need answers, man. What was going on? Like, energy in the room, was it thick? What was going on? I don't know.
I need workout plan. To heck with them answers. I don't care. Your man ain't here, so.
All right, so we got nothing.
I mean, we don't want to ruin the show. We don't want to always harp down on production, but I will say editing is something serious. And they, I'm not even gonna say production, because production editing is two different people. The people that we produce with, the people who are with us every day, lighting, camera, action, are not the same people who edited the show. So there's two different groups of people. The editors don't know us. They weren't with us every day. They're watching it and they're making the best show they possibly can, but they don't know us. Production, they know us. They're the ones that are with us with wardrobe. They're the ones that are miking us up. They're the ones that are hearing us complain, whine, crying about who we want to really be on a date with. So it's two different groups of people. But I will say, as far as this scene, the women were always doing the choosing. So whatever energy you've seen from Q or whatever, like, you know, Lee doesn't have to be second to anybody, okay? So I'll just say that, editing. But Lee had her mind clear on this day of what she wants to do moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we saw
I'm
a
not
little
saying
bit
that
of
as a
that.
friend, I'm saying that as facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw a little bit of that last week when he made that comment and like really, really dropped the ball. So it was kind of surprising to see them, you know, going through this again.
I'm just mad that Lee isn't really making any connections. That's my thing.
Yeah, I mean,
like I would have never thought that.
So Tommy trying to connect.
I've seen some things.
Oh my God.
What you see?
Some things in Lee. He ain't hiding from me.
What you see, Ty? No.
He went.
I don't see anything. I wish.
I don't see it on the show. That's what he meant. He sees something out the show. That's.
Oh, see.
Since he ain't here, I'm gonna speak for him. I'm gonna make the narrative for him.
Look, and all Lee doing is laughing.
Because it's funny. It's so funny.
Lee. But yeah, no, I agree with Taurus Moon. I like Lee, but her man was not on the show. Yeah, I've been absolutely saying
unfortunately for these ladies, a lot of y'all man is not on this show.
That part.
Right.
And I mean vice versa. I'm not gonna hate on the men and make it sound like they just trash men, but
right, exactly, vice versa. Just the people's just not on the show, not this season.
I'm gonna hate on the men. Since y'all want to be friendly and stuff, I'm gonna hate on them. All their friends was on the show. They came on here to be friends. They didn't come here to get a woman or nothing. They did not bring their A games. They slipped, they fell and stumbled, and what they got, romances everywhere. No, the women, all of the women from A to Z, I don't care how much you like whomever, nobody stepped up to the plate this season. None of the men. As wonderful as how much I was rooting for Chris and Phil, they still could do better than what they've shown us. So, in all fairness, y'all can pull that equitable stuff, but that ain't it. All fair is not fair.
Sierra, hey boo! Sierra's in the chat. Y'all give love to Sierra, not Sierra. She said
classmates.
And since Sierra here, I tell her too, your man ain't here either, sis. Cause look, cause I know that's a Louisiana girl, so I feel like we cousins too. He ain't here either.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn everybody's names still.
Oh my God,
I know. Yeah, I know. It's
you still trying to learn the
I mean, the fella.
He's not watching the show.
No, I'm watching the show.
No, you're not. No, you're not. When I watch your season, I know everybody's name. No, you're not. You're not watching the show.
No, it normally by episode 8, I get everybody's name, but yeah, I'm just like, wait, who? What? Oh, okay, that one. It's really the guys though, whose names I get confused with, to be honest.
Sierra, not Sierra, said that it was repeated. That was repeated after every episode.
What's that?
They asking, what's that, Sierra, not Sierra? Aries said, hey, Sierra, not Sierra. I love her. Oh my God. Yeah, unfortunately, Lee, I just, I can honestly say that this season, it was a great group of women for me, my opinion. Like y'all were solid. Y'all came in like looking for love. Like y'all seemed serious. And this group of men, it just was like, it was a handful of them where I was like, he real, he weird. Like Marie, I feel like he's real. Like I feel like he is really looking for love. And there was a few of them, but a lot of them I was like, and it's crazy because on some seasons it's opposite. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But yeah, the women on this season, yeah, y'all are solid. Hey, Seaway.
I feel like I just feel like the storylines, they, you know, however they wrote it this season, the way that they did it is off, and they're shoving everybody in a position and they're making them be the character. And so organically, folks aren't being shown organically, and they're taking these moments to sort of slot them down in that in the storyline and saying, okay, here go you're this person, here go you're that person, here go your lover boy. This is the girl that we want to do this. This is your whack job. This is your sex monster. This. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think they
sex monster.
they messing the whole format up. And to be honest, like I talked to other people, and they're mad because they're like, we don't like what they're doing for this season. Like, you have to understand, when I watched Houston season, I thought it was great. When I watched my season, I was pissed off because I was looking for this Houston vibe. Yeah. And so they changed the format when it came over to us, and then they sort of did the same thing to Miami, and they're deviating instead of just getting back to, you know, what made the show work, which I thought, you know, the Houston vibes was more organic and not, you know, contrived scenarios.
It just feels like y'all cast is being held captive against y'all will.
Oh my God. not blink twice.
Right.
Oh wow. Sierra says that she was not allowed to self-eliminate.
Sierra.
Welcome to my world, Sierra.
We weren't gonna let you go, Sierra. That's why. You were hilarious. We didn't want you to go.
Moving forward. Sorry. Okay. Anything else you guys want to say about Muffin and Quentin and Lee?
How messy.
We didn't even do nothing. We didn't even say nothing. Okay.
I got nothing on that.
Nothing on Muffin.
Nothing on Muffin.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There's actually a song though. I will. Well, no.
Sierra came in just in time. All right. So next scene we have Sierra and her BFFs, Delton and Olivia. They meet with Marie and Herbert. Marie is pretty much ready for marriage. He like, I see her as being fun, but at the end of the day, like I see her. You know what I'm saying? Herbert is pretty much just ready to have fun. Yeah, like he not really ready to love. He just ready to have fun. And, but he want to have fun. He want to just do it on the way to marriage, but he definitely wants to have fun. Marie is husband material, and Herbert is just here for fun. Pretty much that's what Sierra friends get from the date. What did you guys get from that date?
Well, what I got. Go ahead, Pio. No, you go.
I'm gonna keep it very short and brief, and let you have it. Shout out to Sierra for playing along. Good job. I just felt like, it just seems like they told her, we're going to send these two dudes over, and you sit down and you talk to them, and then they showed up, and she's like, oh, wasn't expecting y'all, but all right, let's run it. That's kind of the vibe I got.
Well, I'm gonna speak on like what you said on Sabrina about like Marie, like he's ready for love, and some people enjoy him. It felt like he was on that what we call it, that cleanup tour. It felt like he kind of dimmed things down, and he got real like job interview, politically correct answering, so it can sound good. Just like, oh yeah, that's a good answer, but is that really you? I didn't feel it was authentic the way he was speaking, and I thought it was good that Sierra recognized that yes, Herbie and her have sexual chemistry or connection, but that's not really what she wants to do to move forward. So, that's it for me. We on mute? Okay.
I just got it real quick. I think I said it last week. Sierra sees through the BS, real quick. And I feel like she figured it out weeks ago. And at this point, just kind of having fun with it.
Kat, what you got? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's hard for me to speak on their connection because, like you guys know, like I'm not on the dates with them. Sierra and I actually never had a group date together. So I really just watching it, I'm just seeing what you guys are seeing. So I really have like no background knowledge on the connections. I will say, just in conversation with Marie, he's always very intentional with his conversations. Herbert might be more surface level. So I definitely see where it could be a toss-up for her because maybe she might be feeling Herbert more physically and probably feeling Marie extremely mentally, possibly physically too. I'm not quite sure. But I see how they're both giving her something different. And depending on what she's looking for in that moment is what she'll gravitate towards. I can definitely say that. But I will say, watching the show back, it's interesting to watch it because the guys, they act so different with all of us. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I see why they get along so well. I didn't really get that side of him. So it's interesting. I'm actually, watching it the first time with you guys as well.
I'm going to say, first of all, thank you, Sierra, for bringing the short hair pixie back because I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. You are a vibe. And I think that's what I like the most. And I've been saying it since day one that no matter the situation, no matter the day, she's always kept good energy. Mm-hmm. So I can see why they kept you on the show despite your person is not here. As far as like, this is why I keep saying that it's a waste of time because where I feel like Herbert should be resting a lot of his energy in is Sierra, because from what they talk about each individually, they line up. And it's like, you're still not giving her anything. Mm-hmm. You don't even bring nothing to this date for her. And that's why I said, I look at that whole gift giving thing as more competition with Q than it is for actually winning somebody over or whatever. Because if that's the case, you should be bringing Sierra something. Marie has been very good at answering questions no matter who it is. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say he's not deep and he doesn't get deep with people. And that's probably why he's able to answer questions with a lot of people because he's actually listening to them when they speak or whatnot. But they don't align to me. Like they don't match up past anything as far as a friendship. So it's just another time of just the show is wasting our time because they're not matching anybody. And the people who are supposedly supposed to match up, they're looking elsewhere. Or they're doing other things. I don't know what a whole bunch of people is in this for, but that's why I don't feel like nobody's actually being intentional with anything because you're not, what are y'all main things that you're looking for? What is your deal breakers? What is your number one priorities? What's your needs, your goals in life? And if those people line up, then you should give those people a fair shot. And I feel like a lot of y'all are just wasting each other's time by not actually doing that and taking advantage of this process.
Ooh, I hear what you're saying. I will say for the ladies, honestly, we've had the conversation as well. And I'm going to keep going back to that men are supposed to pursue. And I'm not trying to put all the blame on the men. However, this is a phenomenal group of women, whether I like them or I don't. They all have great personalities. These girls are beautiful Black women, like honestly. And one thing that we all agreed on was that we're not going to pursue these men. So if you're not seeing connection, I hate to say it, it's the men. If they're not giving it, we're not going to give it back. So it's really hard for me to blame Sierra, Lee, Janelle, anybody on what you guys are seeing because we're used to being pursued. But it's not a bunch of like women who have trouble finding people to talk to. You know what I mean? But if you're not going to talk to us the way we need to be talked to, if you're not going to not even cater, if you're not going to pursue us the way we need to be pursued, then the energy you're going to see from us is going to be like, blah. You know what I mean? And I think that's what you guys are seeing. If the guys aren't coming with it, we're not giving it back. For what? I could do better on Hinge or Tinder. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I'm not blaming the women. I don't blame Sierra in this moment. It's like her. You're saying you want these things, and this woman is saying that she wants these same things. Well, where's your action towards her? But you're putting it elsewhere to people that don't want the same thing, not on the same timeline that you're on. What is the problem? Like, so to me, when I start seeing that, I'm like, the problem is not the people that you're choosing. It's probably you.
I feel like the women choose and the men pursue, right? So if the women aren't choosing, because there's a way that, and I'm not saying, choose your pimp or nothing like that. I'm talking about when I say choose, I mean, you have to give the men some sort of incentive, like, a little bit of look, like, yeah, I'm looking at you type of thing. And if a man gets that from a woman, then obviously, if he's interested, he should follow up on that and he should pursue that. But a man comes walking in the room with a bunch of ladies and they just looking him up and down, like, show us what you got. It's like, well, I need to know where are you at too? I need to build off of those blocks. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of women choosing, the men. So the men they don't feel the tug on the line. And so they don't know how to get in there and pursue that. Now there are a couple.
Now, Theo.
There are two,
Stacey, come on.
there are two people that I see, that came together organically, and that's Aries and what's his face? I forget the
Theo.
Right. There's Aries is gently letting him know I'm interested, and he's like, "Oh, you gave me that energy? Cool. I'm gonna come after it." Right. And you start seeing that. But I don't know that and it could be production, who knows? But from a viewership standpoint, what I'm seeing is a whole bunch of men that don't know what the hell's going on with the ladies. And the ladies are like, we want you to pursue us. And they're like, well, I didn't even know you like me.
So that's why we got on that Potomac season, because we felt like that's that Potomac mindset.
Yeah.
The DC men, we went at it, and you knew who the DC men liked.
Can I just say something real quick? And I'm sure I'm going to catch some shit behind it. But I'm just going to go on the line and say it. Some of these men, I'm not going to say all of them, because, y'all know I got my picks and choosers who are my favorites, who I'm rooting for. But let's say the majority, I ain't even going to say some, the majority of them are giving, I've never had this much attention in my life. And now I'm gassed up. And now I'm acting like I'm the prize amongst these prized women. And they're forgetting how to be gentlemen. They're forgetting how to treat a woman. They're forgetting how to date, because they so gassed up. They got so much helium in them. They floating. Well, baby, let me tell you something. In most situations, baby, you couldn't even rise to the occasion. And you think you floating over here? They forgetting how to treat these Dallas women. They're forgetting to make these women feel like queens and women and girls, like just the part of being a girl. They're not giving any of these. I have not seen any woman, other than Aries for a quick second, like a kiss second, looking like they actually feel the tingles and the butterflies and moving from their soul to their cuckoo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These men are not giving gentlemen. They're not giving prince. They're not giving king. They're giving, oh my gosh, I've never had so many pretty women after me. Well, we in a bubble. We in a bubble here. We don't have nobody else to go after but y'all. And we trying to figure this out, because maybe in our real life, we've been doing stuff wrong. So we're going to give y'all, who we would never even be, we would never even be attracted to, we would never even be in the same room with, opportunities, because maybe we doing stuff wrong. So let me revisit me. Let me take a step back. Let me humble myself, and let me try to do things differently. But when the women are humbling themselves, these men, helium. And what helium do? Get to the sky and pop. Pop! And we saying pop goes the damn weasel right now. Because all of them are weaseling right now. And they don't deserve none of it. And I'm done.
And she's done. All right. Well, P.O., I'm going to applaud you for putting it out there. I got what you were saying. You know, you just speaking on reciprocity. You know, I come from the same place. You know, we do have to, for me, the women choose the men. Now, you can put it out there and you can go on those feelers, like you said, that energy. But, you know, I can want a woman all day, but she got to choose me. You know, so I get that. Meaning she put something out there, like you said, put that line out there, and then you proceed from there. We do need something, like I said, unless we just snatching them up and, you know, conquering them, throwing them over our shoulder, and you coming with me. Like P.O. said, if I buy you something, you mine till I gift run out. So I like it, P.O. I'm done.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand what you guys are saying, honestly. I like to be like real scenario because this is how I treat the process. So you're saying that you two gentlemen here, we meet somewhere at a lounge. What exactly do you need to give you to pursue me?
Okay. So
besides a smile, maybe a little glance, but what exactly are you needing?
No, I could be interested in you, and I can walk over and say, "Hey, how you doing this evening?" Right? And you could say, "I'm all right," and turn to your girls. That's like, okay, I'm not feeling that energy. But if you say, "I'm doing good, how about you?" and you're inviting, then it's like, okay, she's engaging. So if you're engaged and, you know, that conversation and things like that happen organically, then yeah, you build on that. But some women, you know, they won't give that energy like that. I'm open to, you know, seeing what you're about, and you know, they get closed off, and then men just go the other way. Okay, I ain't messing with that. It ain't there. I'm cool. I'm out.
Wait, so where are you seeing that from the women? Because I haven't seen that from the women. I feel like we came in very talkative, very smiley, very bubbly. Are you seeing that we weren't giving? I saw girls giving hints left and right. Like we're all saying, you don't text, you don't call, you don't hear from. Like
yeah, but see, and that's the part that
even be saying
exactly.
That would say that to a man.
Exactly.
So, but this is the part
exactly
that makes it confusing for the viewer, because all of a sudden y'all talking about these dudes ain't calling or whatever, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know they had a connection. Where'd that come from?
Well, that doesn't matter.
So when we're seeing that from the viewer side, yeah, we don't see, you know, what you guys really did. I mean, we know from being on the show, I know what it is, but like the viewer side, we don't see those other building blocks. So the only thing we see is the final result, which is y'all are sitting there and you wondering why he ain't checking for you.
We're not wondering. We're not wondering. No one ever wondered. We just called it out there.
No.
Wasn't a wonder.
Prime example. Kat was a curveball. She came in looking good, looking like she smelled good. She came in her soft girl. She came in exuding feminism. She came in the middle. She gave everyone an opportunity. Everyone that we saw her speaking to, she was open to, she was welcoming, she was listening. And then after that, all they said was, oh my God, she's fine. Oh, she a baddie. But other than complimenting her for how she looked, what did they do to show their interest in her? Because we didn't see it. All they did was talk a big, pretty game and didn't bring nothing to the table. But the way they talked, Kat walked in and she was the table. So what you putting on the table, sir? Not a damn thing. Not a gas card, not a chicken wang, not no $7 Ozarka water at HEB. Let me tell you something. We can talk as much as we want to talk, but y'all men are always caught up in this red pill, whatever pill stuff. And we're seeing in the Dallas Ready to Love, season of Ready to Love, where the men are forcing women to be in their masculine hunter-gatherers. They have stripped women away of being feminine and being in their ultimate women vibes, and they're expecting them to do all the work. And it's some bullshit.
No, I don't think that, I mean, to be honest, I don't know exactly how they're, you know, everything played out on their dates. I don't know that. I know what I saw, right? And so they do a good job at showing us who they want us to think is attracted to one or the other, and then they show who really has a connection behind the scenes, and they create this sort of space where we as the viewers are wondering how this happened, and why does she have this energy, or why does he have this energy, and we don't see that. I haven't seen any of it. So that's why I said, when I look at this, I'm totally confused by what connections is what, who's where, and whatever. There's just one connection that I can truly follow, which is Aries and Phil. Other than that, I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, they showed Marvin, the dungeon dude or whatever, kissing the what's her name? What was her name? The girl that he kissed,
Unique.
yeah. So they showed them two kiss, and then right after that, they were like salty. So it's like, what the heck? Like, why? It just didn't make sense. It doesn't make, you know what I mean? And so then they broke up right after they got together, kind of, in terms of a connection. It was just weird. And so that's what the whole show looks like.
You know what? I can attest to that. And I've always said, I feel like this show would be so much better if everyone was stuck in a house together. Because the problem is there's so many conversations and text messages that go unseen. We don't know what happened after that kiss. Maybe they had a conversation and realized they weren't compatible. I don't even know. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we need to be stuck in a house a lot longer. Because you'll notice from the mansion mixture, you start to really understand what's going on. You get to see the dynamic of everyone. But this is like, it's so off and on. Have a date, bye, see you in a week or two. And secondly, a lot of times, like, we were campaigning for dates with each other that we weren't able to get. I feel like you guys all saw, like, Chris and I had an amazing first date. Like, that would have been my top connection if I would have had time to continue to date him. I've seen Chris like 3 times in the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. So it's a lot to do with, editing, production.
It's
in
not
fairness,
only that, though.
we never get dates with the people we request. It's almost like all the people in Sabrina, Ty, P.O., they can tell you the same. Like, this is something we've talked about. Like, the people we were actually like interested in, we didn't go on dates with them. And if we did go on dates with them, it was a group date, and they originally weren't with us. They just spun the block on us in the group date, but it wasn't like a one-on-one with them, which is, I think, needs to be reworked.
The reason why they do that is because if they gave you the dates that you wanted, then they wouldn't be able to slot you as the character that you were chosen for when you sat down and met with the producers from the first day. So there's that.
But I think that's an interesting curveball. Let us actually make our own date with who we want to date. That would be such a surprise. That would be, because some of these dates, both of us are showing up to someone. For example, now y'all know, I hate to go back to this feet bull, but I showed up at Pilates, but because I'm the fitness girl, people assume that I do Pilates. That was my first time in life showing up. And then David's there. We were both surprised. We're like, oh, Pilates, the athletes are doing Pilates. Okay. So it's like, because in my brain, I had a whole date of what I wanted. I wanted to go, can I tell y'all, and maybe each one of us, while we have our chat here, each one of us can tell us what was our ideal date on the show that we didn't get to let happen. So I wanted to go, this is Houston. So y'all know I'm from the Bayou. I wanted to go on 4-wheelers. I wanted to go mud riding, grimy. I wanted to see how this dude react to mud, to dirt, to bugs. Like, I need a man that can take a bite from a damn bee. Like, let me see how you react. And it didn't happen. It just didn't happen on any of the seasons. So I wanted that. I wanted us to go grimy, get dirty, get muddy, get wet. And when you wet and muddy, it's kind of sexy. I might have gave somebody a kiss that episode. They ain't even let me do that. Dang.
You know you wasn't kissing nobody on no episode. Next slide, please.
Next.
Let me be wet and muddy, and you done took some little bug bites for me, some mosquito bites for me. Baby, let me tell you something. I might have slid you a little bottom lip.
She want to get thugged out in the bayou, P.O.
Oh.
Right.
Don't associate me with no kind of thug, baby. One thing about me, baby, don't put no thug next to my name.
Okay, let me take it back. Let me take it back. She wanted to get muddy in the bayou. Okay, I got it. Muddy, wet, all that good stuff.
Muddy with my connection wasn't there. But if he would have been there, we could have been wet, muddy, sloppy, dirty, and I would have gave him a little bit of this bottom lip.
What they need to do is just have a whole nother batch of men at the ready. So if you're afraid to approach and you get turned off by her response, or you need some reason, to keep it going and let a woman know you actually like her, or you showing up to the set underwhelmed, having attitudes all at the brunch and stuff, then you need to go home.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think the problem is, though, they don't get enough men to apply for the show because men aren't on their own watching it. And so they have to go grab men and, pull them in. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. Your season really frustrated me, especially after going through it. Your season really frustrated me. I felt like the men wasted a lot of time.
Well, you mean my season?
Waiting for the women to show them something. And the women is like, he need to show me something. And the men's like, she need to show me something.
And you right, Ty.
It's week 7.
Paul, with the exception of you and maybe some others, which their names are not coming to my memory. So I guess they're not memorable. The men, like I remember being here commenting on the men on your season. I was like, they all Jenny women. Like everybody, we got a whole cast of damsels in distress.
Wait, who? I'm not distressed. I'm really happy with my life.
Not you, sis. I'm talking about PO season because the men were Dallas men. Everyone's damsels here.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. There was probably about 5 to 6 men who were intentional from my season. I don't know, what you guys saw, but there were about 5 or 6 men who, whose lives were turned upside down by the show. So there's that. And that's good. That's more than 50%. No. Yeah.
We ready?
Let's do
it. So Jessica and her BFFs, I think you say her name, Nyla and Tony, meet with Marie and Chris. Marie shows up with a gift and an apology. Chris tries to explain his wife's qualities, but pretty much he's like, well, she beautiful though. I think she attractive though. And Tony like, but that is not really saying anything about her qualities. So he feels that she could have definitely reached out more. And, she definitely, has a strong personality. He is looking for a more softer side with Jessica. Marie says that he likes the strong side of Jessica. I actually prefer it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I want. Here I go. And here go my gift and my apology. Her friends like Marie better and felt that Chris did not dive in deep.
Unseen. Well, on this scene, I sure hope this was production heavy because Chris failed big time on this one from what I saw. Because I go on what I see. I don't know too much about production. He was he was asked a specific question, and he was talking about anything but having anything to do with wifey qualities. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she's cute, all that good stuff. And I like how her friends called him out and said, like, you know what, we talking about wifey. Then he started to talk about what she didn't have. So I mean, I was really confused by the situation. Like I said, hopefully that was production that did that to make Chris look confused and bewildered. You know, and again, with Maurier, I just think like he's on that apology tour, so he's really just playing it safe and giving you those answers, because you can tell it seems like he can pretty much talk to anybody or cater to what somebody's saying. So go ahead, P.O., get it. I think you ready.
Yes, sir. So just to double up on what J Dub said, I feel like Chris definitely fumbled the rock. You know, when he's having this conversation, you know, a couple of things as a man. I mean, when you look at a woman and she's hardened or whatever, or you feel like she has a rougher exterior, and you're saying you're looking for the for her to show you her softer side. As a man, it is your responsibility to bring that out in a woman, right? Women don't just be like, here's a softer side of me. You know, you have to engage in them in a way that makes them vulnerable like that. And I think, you know, when you say stuff like that and you're talking, basically you're saying that you don't have, or you're admitting that you didn't have the, you know, whatever it took to bring that out. No fault of his. I mean, you know, you don't know this girl like that. So, you know, but it is what it is. But like I said, the way that he was kind of, you know, fumbling with the questions and answers sort of thing, I don't know. You know, like J Dub said, if production, you know, cut it up like that to make it look that way, or whatever. But as seen, he failed. Now Maurier, on the other hand, I think showed up to. I don't know. I'm not going to say he was not being genuine, but at the same time, I think he was. You know, there's a technique that, you know, that we call the Oreo, right? You know, you take what's bad and then you go in the middle and make it good. And I think that, you know, he was giving her the old Oreo, where he took what Chris said that was negative about her and turned it into something good to gain favor. You know, for me, that comes off to me as manipulation. You taking the whole scene, and you're manipulating, you know, what somebody else said to gain favor with others. But I didn't see that to be. I don't think that I was seeing his genuine side in this particular scene, and that's it.
Now listen, y'all know I'm a football girl. Oh, you not finished, P.O.? Go ahead.
No. I'm done. I'm ready for it.
I'll go after you, Stacey.
Well, I hate the way y'all are misusing the term fumbling, because none of these guys are fumbling. A fumble is like, oh, I meant to connect on a throw and I accidentally dropped it. Something happened and I dropped it, but I didn't mean to. These men are throwing it out of bounds. They're throwing it out of bounds. They're not trying to connect at all. It's a dead play. So what you're seeing is some dead plays, because they're not sitting here and being like, okay, we saw last week separately, Jessica was like, and Chris ain't for me. And Chris was like, and Jessica is not for me. And then we see them trying to force something with their friends. And what did you want Chris to do? Like, to be defensive, if you can't say nothing nice, if you're going to be a good, strong Nigerian chief, Southerner, if you can't say nothing nice at all, don't say it. He wasn't saying nothing unless he can find something nice to say. And Lord Jesus, he was trying to find some stuff to say. So let's give him that much credit, because they were asking him questions that he had nothing positive to say on. He didn't envision her in any of those ways, because they had already established the fact that ship had sailed. They're not fooling with each other. So what did y'all want? These two that last week realized is no connection here. He doesn't provide enough emotional support. She's not, in my opinion, soft or submissive enough. So they're not connecting.
So why not?
What did y'all want from this situation?
Why not say that?
Exactly. He didn't fumble. He knew what he was doing. He's not
I
into
think he
her,
did.
you know, and that's just that. I don't think he
Yeah.
fumbled anything. Fumble's an accident or a mistake. He didn't fumble. He just,
Well,
you know.
What he did
Yeah,
was a courtesy. He
But
did
you
a
can-
courtesy by not saying, just coming completely negative in front of your friends.
Well, but you don't have to be negative by being real. If you can, you know, you can simply say,
But
"Hey,
who's not
I
gonna
don't
take
feel like
that as
we
negative?
align in a lot of areas," and you know, you can point that out. And if you don't have to fake the date and you know come up with fake pleasantries for the sake of the moment, I would not have done that. If I felt like this is not my person and we're not connecting in that way, I'm going to put it out there and say, listen, you know, I'm not here in this respect. These are the things that, you know, this is the reason why I am who I am. Though she's a nice woman, I just don't see those types of qualities that I'm looking for in her. Period.
But
Point blank.
Who's gonna say that on TV? That you open yourself up to be dragged.
Paul didn't even say that. Paul didn't even say that until he got to the bridge. Don't listen to Paul, okay?
I said that
TV.
plenty of times.
It's not even on TV. The episode is Meet My Friends. So the premise is, hey, I'm going to bring my interests to my friends and let them have a conversation with them. If I wasn't feeling somebody, even Lord Jesus, even I wouldn't go nuclear in front of your friends. Even I would not. She's not this, she's not that, she's not this, she's not that. Who wants to do that in front of somebody's friends? And you damn sure don't want to do it in front of one of three potential people.
Right.
Who got other connections. And so
Right.
you still gotta go. They still gotta go to the lounge and talk about you. So who wants to give somebody ammunition to kill whatever other connection they got by saying he's a mean guy, he embarrassed me, he's rude, he's this, he's that, and the third? Come on.
Stacey's on point with that. Exactly.
But you don't have to be mean to keep it
Yo,
real. I was probably one of the realest men.
Yo.
I probably was one of the realest men to step on this franchise.
Pickle man.
I said exactly what it was. When I talked to these women, I said exactly how I felt. Right? I didn't hold back, and I wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah.
I wasn't disrespectful to the ladies.
He did.
What's that?
Is that what you did? Because I recall you didn't release your video, Michael Myers slicing and dicing until after the season. You ain't have nothing to say during the season.
If you go to that episode when we were at the getaway, and I simply said, I'm done with all of this. I don't do the fake shit. Well, they bleeped out the shit part, but you heard me say that. And I kept it a buck all the way. Everybody knew that. When I was on a date with Precious, I kept it a buck. When when it was supposed to be a quote unquote bubble date, I was like, man, F that. This is who I am, and this is what you're gonna get, and whatever. And if you don't like it, well, you know what? It seemed like a personal problem to me. Simple as that. And I wasn't being disrespectful. I was being real.
I was with you, Paul, until you said you still wanted to see what you could get out of the Kia.
Because let's talk about that. Let's talk about
I saw that.
Let's talk about episode 10.
This is season 8. This is season 8. We're not doing
let's bring it back. I saw that. Bring it back.
Let's bring back episode 10 since you kept it so real. While you
episode 10 I self-eliminated.
Go ahead, shine. Put in episode 9. I'm gonna let you shine. Goodbye.
So I've been watching it, a little bit more, and from my experience, I can tell you that it's not easy telling someone that you like someone else a little bit more, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yes, Paul. Last week we talked about different ways to have a woman react towards you to get that respect. But it's hard enough battle in the world. You shouldn't have to keep battling your woman every day too. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, he's literally been telling us what he needs from her, right? And he's obviously still not getting it.
Yes, exactly.
It's coming off, and I mean this in a really nice way. It's coming off as if Jessica just kind of has a different reality of what's going on, and it's almost looking like, the same way she was toting him around to hold down, introducing him to everybody.
Yep.
Now she's introducing him to the friends, and it just seems like he's just too nice to say it in a way that would get her to understand that.
And let me say something. He's so right, guys. There's a whole show called Ghosting on MTV. Okay.
Yeah.
In the real world, we don't have to have these conversations. We just stop replying to text messages. We just ghost. Like, you know what I mean? Ghosting is a real thing that people are doing.
Yeah.
So we're on a show where we might not have a connection, but we still have to see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's like the reality is, like, a lot of times people just stop responding to messages. They just drop off the face of the earth. But we have to see each other the next day. So this conversation's become very difficult to have. And like you said, Chris is a very nice guy. And through film, he kept saying, I don't ever want to disrespect a Black woman. Like, he is so like, I got to watch what I say. I don't hurt anyone's feelings. That's just him. That's on camera, off camera. That's just him as a person. So I feel like, you're thrown onto this date. And like Stacey said, who's going to like tell somebody's friends, like, I don't like her?
You don't have to go to the date though, either. Like,
yes, you do.
You don't. You when they talk to you, and this, we all sat in the room and they said, if you don't like something, I'm sorry, before you got on the show, they specify if you don't like something, you don't have to do it. And I exercise that.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo. I was never told.
Come on, Paul. We're gonna go on the dates, man.
Yeah, I never got that memo.
There's dates that I did not go to.
There's dates I didn't know who I was dating till I got there half the time, sir. I'm already dressed, my makeup's done. Let's do this. Like, I didn't always know who I was dating.
It'll probably get to the point, and what happened to me where he actually blows up because he don't know what else to say or what else to do. It happened to me on set on my 45-minute date, having to explain why I gave you the phone call and I'm still explaining why I have 3 other connections. At minute 40, I was just super frustrated.
Let's be real. Cat ain't saying a lie.
I think
showing up to an address, walking in, and I'm like, oh, it's a date with Ron. Where did this come from?
You saw Chris's face when Cat walked in.
I never been in that man's house before. I ain't know anything. And I'm all cute. I ain't even dressed to be at nobody's house. I'm cute, thinking I'm about to go somewhere. I show up at this man's house, smoky-eyed and stuff. You think I would have showed that stuff? I would have wore some damn tights.
Facts. That's what happened with me, and I talk about it all the time. Me and what's his name? Sean.
You and Sean, that was a great date, by the way.
Like, I was going to get Korean food. I'm saying the whole time, me and Ty had this connection with Korean food, and I pop up and it's Sean. I was like, why is he here? That's who you got to date with. I said, no, I don't. That's not what I had said. I'm not going on a date. They come on, Sabrina, come on, we gonna get you a drink. I'm like, but y'all gonna give me a drink anyway.
No lies detected. So true. I don't think I ever knew who I was dating unless we figured it out via text. Hey, are you going to this address? I'm going there too. Exactly. We don't know what we're showing up to half the time.
Facts.
I didn't know. My date said, had I known it was you, I'd have wore a different outfit. And
seriously.
I'm already upset at that point.
She did say that to you.
I literally said that as well. I would have wore some sweats and a goddamn hoodie.
P.O. don't relate because he's a production plant. Y'all just let P.O. be, okay? Y'all
exactly.
I forgot he was an implant. My bad, P.O. You know what, P.O. Hold on, let me give you the fakest apology ever. I apologize.
Yeah, thank you.
Smell good. Hold up. You know how you give a negative with a positive, but you smell good though. You smell like $1 million. You smell like $850.
Well, thank you.
So we ready to go to the next scene.
Next scene.
Okay. All right, guys. And I just want to say shout out to Jessica. I took this picture, and y'all know I don't be going back and be like, oh, that's not a good picture of her. Let me go back and take another one. Y'all know I don't do that. But this picture right here of Jessica, she is gorgeous right here.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Now y'all better not say nothing about no makeup right here. I don't want to hear none of y'all talking about the lighting and no makeup, because this is hitting and it's gorgeous.
Yeah. All right.
With no neon lights in sight.
I'm gonna say something about some daggone makeup, because I am not a makeup fanatic and I can't do it right. So I'm gonna hate a little bit because some people are just good at doing it and know they like. Okay, I'm jealous. I love it. All right, she did that.
Yeah, she looked absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. All right.
If I can say this about the Dallas season, is that, you know, like the body size stereotypes on every other season, if I can say that you guys defied anything in Dallas, that stereotype, I'm glad y'all helped change, because you were slim fit, you were thick fit, everybody looked amazing.
I love this season of women.
And even if you were thick, you didn't get eliminated on the first episode, on the first season. I'm happy about this because it's more realistic about how we all look. And I love that.
All different shades of beautiful brown, everything. Like, I love the women on this season. Love, love, love. Absolutely agree, Stacey. All right, so moving forward, the ladies meet in the ladies' lounge and they discuss who they are feeling. Who they're connecting with and who they are not connecting with. The two men on the chopping block are Herbert and Chris, and Herbert gets eliminated to his shock. Yes, it wasn't my shock, but yes, he was very shocked that he got eliminated.
But wait, let's not, why you got this picture up? Look at Catton. Baby, hold up, Cat.
You said, look at Cat.
I wish I had about 4 more inches on myself so I can come in.
I got some pictures of Cat.
Everything would be a moo-moo on me, but I swear, if I could come to your closet, if I had like about 4 more inches in my knees, baby, let me tell you something. I'll tell you, give me all your hand-me-downs.
Oh, Stacey, I love you.
I said, Cat gonna be on the show with her. I said, Cat is gonna be catting tonight. So I made sure I had a lot of pictures of Cat.
There's that full glass of wine. That's like a laughing joke with me and Aries. I already knew it was gonna be some shit on this episode, so I was like, let me fill my glass of
baby, you made your communion. All right, so y'all know I'm the little Catholic one on the panel. Girl, that's a full communion glass of wine, baby. You are coming to St. Agnes on Sunday with that glass of wine, baby.
That's not even the 12-ounce pour. That's the 24-ounce.
She said, I got the 3-hour glass ready. Y'all gonna have me here 5 hours.
Do you want the 6 or the 9? She said, give me the 24.
We're gonna wipe the top of the glass with our little napkin and pass it to the other corner, then wipe that corner and then pass the other corner. Baby, let me tell you, you got all the first 5 pews with that glass of wine.
It was a running joke. They were like, damn, Cat. I'm like, I know y'all about to just do the most. I need to just self-medicate for this.
It's been a long week, y'all.
So we still got a whole last scene to talk about. So what did y'all have anything to say about what the women were saying about the men, about their connections, and about the people that they were not connecting with? Or we can jump right into Herbert's meeting and Chris's meeting.
You know what I appreciate about this? That the ladies was really honest to their core on who they picked. It wasn't just voting off people just because they're not their connections. They actually were picking their connections for some of the people to be voted off. So I actually did appreciate that, because it's like, if I'm not vibing with you, it's no point of kicking somebody else's connection off. I'm just gonna kick mine off. So, and it was a first for me to see that.
Boy, they go leg of lamb.
Yeah, leg of lamb. The legs out. You see
That's when they walked in.
Yeah, yeah. That leg, that one
That
leg.
leg out.
Yeah, that leg. Hey, now that leg looked like a leg of lamb.
I thought the lady looked great in the ladies' lounge. The only thing I thought about the first time they met, I didn't see Sierra look like she wasn't dressed up. I always expect a little bit more from her because she's a fashion designer. You know, when you see her in the jeans, because everybody was pretty much dressed. But I thought everybody looked great.
Mm-hmm. They did look good. They always look good though.
I got a question, Kat. Like the weather, was it hot? Was it cold? Was it
That's
warm?
such a good question. Okay, we were still in the middle of winter-ish with Dallas. So some days it was like 50, and then you'd have like a really warm moment, and then it get really cold. So you'll see like some of us are in jackets. The weather was weird, but for the most part of filming, it was cold.
Mm-hmm. So did y'all think that Herbert would be the one to get eliminated, or did y'all you just didn't know?
Honey, I thought this was me and Herbert's first solo date. I was like, yay, finally get to like have a date with Herbert. And it got to the point where they weren't telling us because they said that you guys all text so much. We don't want you guys hitting each other off anymore. So I really thought I was having like a solo date with Herbert. I had no idea it was elimination until it was like literally the second before it was time to start filming.
I ain't gonna lie. I for sure thought Marie was going this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty, you said that last week. You were like, Marie's out. Marie's out. He has no one left.
But you know, production has a way of, putting people in proxy for other people.
Production,
Yeah, production made unfortunately this time production made Herbert pay for Maurier's sins. And yeah.
So Kat, okay. In the lounge, because we see an edited version. So in the lounge, in your opinion, which man had the most negative critiques?
The go homes.
The go home. So I think from the friend dates with Herbert, like hindsight 2020 at the time, I was like, why is Herbert going home? But I think the general consensus was that he was like a ladies' man. And I think that's what everyone's like friend kind of picked up. I thought Marie was gonna go home, not anything negative, but I thought everyone kind of had friends on Marie. So, and like Marie was no one's like super top. Maybe just because I can't remember at the time. So I really didn't. I thought Mario was going to go home. I really didn't. I thought Herbert would stick around for us to figure out like, are you being a playboy or are you really looking to love? Because we all liked him, we just weren't sure about him. But when it came to Mario, it was just like, yeah, he's really sweet, but no one had like a romantic like connection with him. So I was shocked that Herbert went home. And when I sent him home, everyone was like, who went home? My phone was going off. I was like, Herbert. They're like, what? So it was a shocker to all of us as well. And you could tell, like, when I'm doing it, I'm just like, are we really doing this? Like, are y'all sure, production? You guys sure that's what we're going to do right now? So it was a shock, for real, for everyone.
So you gotta use the words, and I'm not shooting you because I know you're the messenger. So when I say duck, just get low. So duck. But the words that was used is that the women felt that he was unauthentic. Is that like how they really felt in there?
I think what we really felt was the communication issue. And I wish they would have showed the date that we had Lee, myself, and Herbert and his ex, because she was saying the biggest issue she had with him was she felt like he wasn't a great communicator as far as like texting, calling, things of that nature. And all the women were like, yeah, we kind of feel that from him too. So I would definitely say we never thought he was unauthentic. We just felt like his communication wasn't to the level that the ladies needed it to be to find love.
Okay. So, Kat, if Herbert, with your insight at this point in the show, with Herbert not being a communicator, what the hell was he doing? How was he keeping any connections alive that you may have heard of at this point?
I think for me speaking, when you're in front of Herbert, his attention's great. He's really good at conversating. He's really good at he's a whole vibe in person. The problem is not Herbert in person. The problem is when you go home. do you hear from Herbert? Is Herbert good morning texting you? Is Herbert checking in on you? Is Herbert having these long conversations? I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, in his presence, he was like, yeah, cat, yeah, like giving you the eye, all that. But it's like, when we're done, I don't really talk to you that much. So I think that was the issue that, for me, I was having. And if I can remember at the time, a lot of women were having an issue with him too. Just the consistency was off.
So some people in the chat want to know, at what point did you realize it was Herbert? Like, did you know before the conversation with him or during the conversation with him and you got a little whisper? Like, at what point did you realize it was him so you can tailor your conversation?
I want to say we arrived, we had like a whole situation with the venue for starters. So I knew I was going on a date with Herbert. I was told that much. So I think I was there like an hour and a half prior to us filming. We went to one venue. There was an issue with it being signed off or whatever. We switched to another venue. So this is like an hour span. I'm still thinking I'm going on a solo date with Herbert. I believe I walked into the restaurant and sat down, and I want to say about 15 minutes before he arrived, they were like, oh, by the way, it's elimination. So gather your words. I was like, oh. So the whole day I'm thinking I'm going to have a solo date with this man, and about 15 minutes prior to us actually beginning the filming, I'm told that he's going home. And I'm just like, what?
Oh Lord, and y'all, and you just said that y'all had just had a good date, right?
I did have I had a group date with him. It wasn't like extremely recent, but I had that one group date with him, Janelle, and Q. It was kind of in the beginning, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure, like, when you guys showed up, he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Something's off." Could you tell from his demeanor that he felt like something was off?
I think that anyone that has a date on the day of the lounge or close to the lounge knows that it's a possibility that they're going home. A lot of people, I'm not one of them, were definitely communicating from the lounge what was going on with the men and vice versa. But I'm pretty sure the guys always knew we were having a lounge. So they already knew that whatever followed was either you're at the bottom, you're either going to go home or you're not. So for the most part, they have an idea. They're just not sure if they're staying or if they're going, but they know they're at the bottom.
So this is my last question, and I'm going to give control to everybody else to get their questions in. Who are the friend groups in the lounge at this point?
At this point, who left?
The girlfriends. Who's like, who are you vibing with right now?
I feel like at this point in the lounge, I'm still discovering. I honestly, you guys, this whole season, I'm the last to know everything. Like, you'll see my face. I'm always shocked. I'm just like, what? Like the Kira and Janelle feud. I was like, what's happening? Like, I really didn't know a lot of things that were going on because I was communicating more with the guys. A lot of my friendships with the women happened towards the very end and post filming. Lee and I, Aries, we all got really close. I would say the last episode, and then from there. As far as what's going on right now, friend groups, honestly, like I think I was in a group chat with Janelle, Jessica, Aries, Lee. I think everyone that's left this time were friends, honestly. Everyone at this time was friends. Sierra, Jessica, Janelle, Lee, myself, Aries. That's everyone that's left, right? We were all really cool. There was like no issues there. So that was the friend group. The other group was already eliminated. The Kira, Unique, Tequila. I'm friends with everyone, but the way they divided things before I came, that was a division.
So real quick, Kat, April Gaines wants to know, are you and Janelle cool now?
Good one.
You're okay, you're mute now. Go ahead.
Me personally, I don't have a direct issue with Janelle. I feel like there was never anything for us to really argue about. I don't appreciate how she's done a couple of things post-filming. But I'm the type of person, like, I address something and it's just done for me. I'm not a grudge holder. I'm just too busy with real life to feed into the drama and the BS. I definitely don't appreciate, the things that you guys have seen as far as the pulling up and coming to the home and putting me on IG Live and all that. But I can't say I don't appreciate it, but it's just not something that's at the forefront of my mind to really give a damn about.
So, okay, so you don't have to answer this. I lied. Well, I didn't lie because Sabrina asked a question. So, what provoked that between the Janelle and you pull up? What are you able to share? Like, what provocated that?
I can, because it's so simple that it's actually mind-boggling to a lot of people. We always call Janelle a firecracker all through the season. She's a firecracker, she says she's a firecracker, a little sassy firecracker. So there's always been like little remarks here and there, but never anything that was that deep for us to like have beef. We didn't have beef throughout the whole season. The issue that arose basically was, I believe the episode that I came on, they zoomed in on her face, kind of looking like, who is this girl? Editing, whatever. So from there, people on social media, Twitter, were like, Janelle's envious of Kat, Janelle's this, Janelle's that, Janelle's that. So I think that Janelle, she like made a tweet, was like, oh no, we all welcome Kat with, open arms, yada, 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 yada. And I tweeted back to her, I'm like, no, that's not really what happened. And for me saying, I was like, no, that's not what happened. That's Kat, meaning like, that's not how the story goes. From there, I woke up the next day to her just basically trying to drag me on the internet with a bunch of like lies. At that point, I'm just like, background on me, like I don't fight. I've never fought people. Like I got so much going on in my life. I'm never going to fight anybody at this big age.
Right. Because wow.
It was never my intention. It's just not even part of my vocabulary. It's not part of who I am as a person. I've never put my hands on somebody before in my entire life, So I think with that, I was basically trying to let her know. I was like, I responded to her on the internet, which is not even how I move. And I basically told her, I was like, I've already given you your 5 minutes of attention. Like, if you're going to keep talking shit about me, say it to my face. Don't drag me on the internet on a public platform, And she just took it upon herself to go on live and do her hoorah, 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 and come to my house, put my apartment on blast for the whole world to see.
So she really pulled up. So that was your actual apartment that she pulled up to?
She was in the vicinity of where I live. I'll put it that way, because I don't want anybody to be able to find me. She was in the vicinity of where I am. And for me, it was never my intention. It was never big enough for me to ever put my hands on you for anything. I'm not going to put my hands on another female over a reality show where we are beefing about a tweet, But, moving forward, I don't have any ill will to her. I don't hate her. I don't like what she did, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how I move. That's, the Sagittarius in me is I deal with it and I just keep it pushing. But that's what happened.
All right. Now that Stacy has given us the platform back. Thank you, Stacy. Shout out to that. Herbert leaving. Very unexpected. I didn't think that Chris would be leaving as well. So I thought, this is going to be pretty interesting. And the way that the energy shifted, I was like, oh, they about to send Chris home. Because they built that, that sort of thing up. And then, when you said, you're not ready to love, I was like, oh, okay. And he was shocked. I was shocked. You probably was shocked. The world was shocked. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I thought it would be more for sure. The end.
Okay, Kat. So we know who left, all that. So we have Marie telling us he joined us one day, and Aries joined us as well. What was the reunion experience like for you? Y'all say what's up to my son.
Hey, son.
He's not my man. He's my son. No worries. Don't think y'all getting a little peek of my boo. Yeah, that's my boo-boo. Gave birth to him. So, no.
As far as reunion is concerned, I feel like I have to come back and talk to you guys about that, because we're so far away and anything I say will ruin the show for you, I feel. My experience, I had a blast.
Well, let me preface it with this before, just to give you like what we heard. So we heard it was super intense. That's what we heard. We heard it was like a whole lot. a whole lot. So I'm not sure if that's what you got from it. So I was just curious as to like your take of it.
It's a great reunion. I feel like they covered a lot of bases. Me personally, I had a blast. That's all I can say. I had fun. I enjoyed meeting like the castmates I didn't have a chance to film with. Like I met Habibi, love Habibi. Y'all know public opinion, whatever. Met Habibi. I got to meet Taquilla, Leanne. Like for me, it was just like a family reunion. Like, oh my God, guys, I miss you guys so much. You know, of course there's this drama, you know, but I had a great time. But I'm always having a good time. I'm always laughing. I'm always giggling. Like no matter what tension's going on around me, I'm here to have a good time. So I'm sure everyone's experience is different. As we get closer to it, I can talk more about it. But Kat had a blast.
So when you made it to the end, where did they film the bridge at?
Who made it to the end?
You.
Well, I'm so glad.
Nice try. Nice
I'm so
try,
glad
Paul.
you on your pivot, Cat. Thank you, boo. But hey, while you're here, since let's deflect. I'm gonna deflect for you. So while we're here, like your credentials were questioned in some of the beef that we saw on the internet. Why don't you tell us like what you do, what you got going on right now?
For sure. I'm a registered nurse of 6 years. My background is emergency medicine. I've been an ER nurse. I work in pre-op, post-op. I've done psych. I've done a lot of psych nursing. I've done it all. I've been a nurse for 6 years. Prior to that, I have another degree. I have another degree in environmental science and policy. I've worked with the Florida Department of Health, EPA, all kinds of things of that nature. I have a cosmetology license. Babe, I do it all. I own and operate my own med spa in Arizona. Like everybody knows that. Yeah, you know, whatever you see your ops say is just hate, in all honesty, and everything that I'm saying, my credentials are online. I'm a nurse. I mean, you can look up my license number, period. Yeah.
And one more thing, not to interrupt you, don't give them too much because you will be on the missing link very, very soon talking about all your amazing jobs and everything else. So you guys need to tune into that coming soon.
Yes.
Yay.
Well, I love it because like, you know what? It's not like, so like in my story, my journey, you know, like I have problems having kids. All of my kids, all three of them are technically miscarriages, you know, and they made it. And it's only because of like I had amazing doctors and nurses, and I had a colorful presentation, like people like you that was there. So when I'm telling you, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through, I had someone that looked like you to be like, okay, I get it. Yes. And I believe you. So I appreciate the fact that you're one of the few, like boots on the ground, there to be there with Black women, like understanding us. So that's why I wanted you to make sure that you put it out there, because like it's people like you that save my kids.
Oh, that's so touching to me, because I'm always like one of two Black nurses everywhere that I work. And I always feel like I get emotional. I always feel like it's my duty that when my race comes in, you know, to the ER, that I have to go above and beyond for them. You guys already know sickle cell is a disease that attacks Black people, and people they don't understand that that's a very painful thing. And you'll have nurses out there like, oh, they're fine. So I really feel like it's my duty to cater to like the minorities, you know, being one of two in a hospital of 80, 90, 100 nurses. So that's really touching to me. And that I don't cry a lot, but you got me, girl.
Well, I just thank you for being like one of the few, because like it's hard for when people come for people like you, and like me, I've been there, and I'm grateful for someone like you. You know what I mean? Whether we come from the same culture or not, you know, Black people, we have so many different cultures. We're just here in it. And like it's Sabrina, how many times have you had a Black RN here? In all these seasons, how many times have we seen it?
I was about to say, I don't think never.
So we are so grateful for people like you because you've done the work. You went the long haul. It's not easy. And literally, when you said you're one of two, sometimes and when I had to go to ER, you are one of one. And I'm looking for a face. Like everybody in the chat know, we're looking for someone we can identify with, who we can say, listen, this is real and this is how I feel. And so we're so happy to have you, like in all of the BS that you've been through in love and life, ready to love drama, life drama, all of that. Outside of this, we are so grateful that you have chosen your profession and that you are helping one of us.
I appreciate that, Stacey, and I feel like I'll be honest to tell you guys, like what you guys saw on Instagram is completely outside of my character, but I just felt so personally attacked that I lashed out, and I just felt so disrespected, so disregarded, and it was just it pissed me off. And from there, I see a lot of people saying, oh, she's leading with like her accomplishments, what she has. It's like she came directly from my character and everything I've ever worked so hard to get. And the word, like the things that she was saying about me and calling me, I was just like, you don't know how hard I worked to get here. And it's just like, how dare you come for me over something that's so minute. You would think I talked about your mom or your kids, or I put hands on someone in your family. Like, this is over a tweet. And I lashed out because it's just like, you just, it really pissed me off. And I regret giving that energy because it's just not me. It would definitely take me out of character, and I definitely learned a lot from that. But y'all, when people are just talking about you on something that's so public, you feel like you have to stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? If that would have been a conversation like at a bar or a restaurant, it would have been easy to walk away from. But when you're coming from me on such a big platform, you feel like you have to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Hindsight 2020, I would have just ignored her as I am continuing to do now. But I just want you guys to know that's a moment for me that I'm not necessarily proud of, but I feel like it had to be done at the same time. That makes any sense.
In all honesty, Kat, we never saw you like from me, from what I saw. I never saw you leading with like your accomplishments and your achievements. And I'll just say this too, because like a lot of people try to downplay like nurses or physicians in the cosmetic field. But I mean, we've just seen like Jackie O pass away. Like we've seen all these instances of cosmetic issues gone wrong. And that's even important. So I just feel like we can't diminish like our presence in these spaces. And you're literally one of the few. And so I'm glad you were here to like speak on that and highlight that, because I've never heard you speak on that level to like what you do and who you are. And I'm happy that you had that opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Stacey.
All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and try to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Stacey. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Kat, for opening up to us. I can't wait to sit and have you in front of me and sit and talk about all these amazing things. And this is just a brief summary. So we're going to dig deep into it when you come on the missing link, because I'm so excited to like hear your story. And Stacey, I think you were saying nurses as in like women nurses, because I know Anthony is a nurse. Not sure exactly what kind of nurse, but I know women nurses. I think you're the first one that I can remember. But anyway,
well, just in fairness, I think in fairness, and to give him his flowers too, we had Anthony here. I believe he's an anesthesiologist, which is also amazing in itself. But it's like, and how often do we see this? That's amazing, and we're happy for you. We're happy for him. We're glad to have y'all because we need you.
Absolutely. Yep. He is a nurse practitioner. That's right. But either way, yeah, shout out to you guys because we love Anthony over here too. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm so glad that we are under the 3-hour mark. I know that we could keep going and going and going. This was such an amazing live tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kat, for joining us. Thank you to my panelists. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Y'all were amazing in the chat. Yes, a lot of people enjoyed this panel. So I want you guys to go around the room, introduce yourselves, let them know where they can find you on socials, and if you're working on any projects.
What's up, everybody? Tyrone E. Wilson. You can catch me at Ty Wilson 21 everywhere. Always a pleasure being on the panel. Kat, welcome to the family. It was wonderful having you. By my count, I think we're at 4 men and 6 women, so it's going to be interesting. And I am working on a few projects. The one that I'm doing this week is how I met my biological father in my family. So it's the segue to crushing the daddy issues segment that we're going to do pretty soon. Other than that, see y'all either at the next panel or if y'all come to DC on the 9th, I'll see y'all. That's all I got.
All right, Jay.
I'm just waiting for my invite to Ty's panel, you know what I'm saying? But that's another story.
Oh, yeah. In a few weeks. We're still doing the...
He only likes to invite the guys, Jay.
I know, but I don't have daddy issues, so that's the problem. I got great daddy experiences.
We like to crash and stuff, but we're never invited.
I know. I sneaks in.
Come through. Anyways. We're going to talk, we're talking generational wealth this Wednesday. Y'all all welcome.
So you're going to keep me out by talking about money I don't have. Okay.
So no daddy issues, no money, no wealth money. So you ain't invited, girl. Just hit the like button as you pass.
I'll be there in the chat. Anyways, hey, it's your girl Jay from Another Round. You can follow me on IG, Another Round _JS, or you can follow me here on YouTube, all one word, Another Round JS. I will be coming back. I am finally done with my summer activities, so I'm gonna start posting some of all the stuff I've been doing all summer, and I'm got to get back to work. So I'll be back on Saturdays and some Mondays. Since Sabrina done stole my Mondays, this is why I got to stay consistent because my days get stolen so easily. But no, we'll be back here on another panel, and you can always find me on Little Black Book over there as well. So.
All right, Katarina.
Well, first, I want to say thank you guys for having me. I have honestly been super nervous about coming on anything. It's just been so much going on, and I just wasn't ready to talk. So I really do appreciate you, Sabrina, for reaching out and creating a safe space where I felt comfortable. Oh yeah, I'm such an emotional ass baby. I'm so sorry. I felt so comfortable coming on this with you, and this is my first time speaking outside of filming. So I really appreciate you. You guys were awesome. You guys didn't grill me too hard. Super welcoming and loving. I am overwhelmed with I'm just happy, honestly. And I feel like you guys really this allowed people to see my real personality off of, cameras or whatever. Yeah. Other than that, I am just working on keeping people alive. You can find me on Instagram at Island Barbie Doll. That's pretty much it, really. Yeah.
Thank you. J-Dub.
What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J-Dub, the #1 commenter. So right now, I do have a YouTube channel doing reviews on reality shows, but pretty much now I've just been working on the panel and looking forward to getting some new seasons for some new material so I can review it. I'm done.
Stacey B.
Now, y'all know the way my adult ADD works out. Y'all got to hit me up on Instagram because I need to get my life together. So y'all know it's Stacey with a CY because y'all be spelling my name with an E and I don't be getting y'all messages. So don't be mad at me because y'all don't be hitting the right Stacey B up. But y'all know, hit me up on Instagram. And I just want to throw something out there. So a few of us on the panel have been thinking about doing a love cruise. our love trip. Let us know if you're interested in joining us. If y'all are interested in joining our live panel there, and give us some ideas on where y'all want to go. So we're planning some big
Any tropical island.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Like Tom Joyner, he retired. So we are taking the flame. So let us know, and we're going to make something shake.
Sounds good. Did you tell them where they could find you?
Stacy, STACY _BEEE. 3 E's. Remember, got 3 kids. All the B's. E's. So hit me up there. Let me know your ideas, and let's make it shake. Let's think about spring breakage, because I'm gonna leave my kids at home, because who cares about them?
P.O.?
Yeah. So I'd just like to welcome Kat to the Ready to Love alumni. Hopefully your experience will end up good for you. And, you know, next season, you'll be sitting here, you know, putting the pressure on the other folks. Other than that, P.O. on Under Sightings, good night.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We got almost to 600 viewers, watchers in the chat. Shout out to you guys. You probably know it's a couple of the other YouTubers that are on this panel right now. They have had this video linked to their channel. So this is their video. Make sure you like their video on their page. Make sure you like this video. If you are not subscribed to my channel and to their channel, make sure you subscribe to their channels. Make sure you follow everyone on Instagram. And we love you guys so much. And I always say, without you guys, there is no us. Anyway, love you so much. See you on Friday for the live reaction watch party.